I see the light flickering above. I'm heading down to where I do not know. I'm still not sure what pushed me off the edge. Endlessly falling, heading into the abyss. Into the abyss. Into the into the abyss. Into the abyss. Out. I see the sky fading from my eyes. I'm heading down as darkness intensifies. I'm still not sure what pushed me off the edge. Endlessly falling, heading into the abyss. I hear the sound of reality floating. It's so clear down here. Falling into the abyss. Into the abyss. Into the abyss. Into the abyss.
I'm looking for the faithful hope. Where they at? Where the faithful hope? You can holler at me. Faithful hope. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you like this flow and you know that I do it better. Felt like a pool party, I just got you wetter. They think I'm David, the way I'm gonna go and get her. I've got them hanging on my words, every letter. I get cold up on the rhythm, I just breezing with the flow. Had to flip her on her back like this is how we roll. Once I'm done with fourth base, then you've gotta go. I'm just trying to get it in with a baseball hose. Baseball hose. Where you at? Baseball hose. I've been looking for the baseball hose. Come and talk to me. Baseball hose. Got my number. Baseball hose. I ain't marrying no baseball hose, but I like them baseball hose. They be looking like baseball hose. When they walk up, baseball hose. Let me see you work baseball hose. Gotta shake it like baseball hose. That's the baseball hose. I'm trying to whip with the honey, I got an appetite. Got me sounding like Dracula, wanna take a bite. I ain't trying to argue, baby, I don't wanna fight. I'm just trying to pass by, you know, spend the night. I just wanna take it off and then take flight. I ain't got a car, but I can take you for a ride. Never tell them that I love them means I never lied. I ain't got no money, but I'm doing alright. Baseball hose. Where you at? Baseball hose. I've been looking for the baseball hose. Come and talk to me. Baseball hose. You got my Instagram. Baseball hose. I ain't marrying no baseball hose, but I like them baseball hose. They be looking like baseball hose. When they walk up, baseball hose. Let me see you work baseball hose. Gotta shake it like baseball hose. God damn, that's the baseball hose. I ain't trying to run around just so that I can spin them all. I'm trying to keep all the communication to a minimal. We could just Netflix and chill, so typical. Showed on the rhythm, big bang, it got physical. Never seen an ass like hers, that's a miracle. I just wanna beat it, thriller, smooth criminal. Let me just try and record this angle, get the visual. Damn, she good, looking like the original. Baseball hose, baseball hose, baseball hose, baseball hose.
Hello, hello. How are we doing? Quartering cringe is your favorite. Heck yeah. Yeah, this one is particularly cringe-inducing, which is kind of why I wanted to share it with you guys. So, hello. How are we? All right. I think I have worked out most of the tech issues we were having from our first live stream a few weeks ago. I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant to do more live streams since then because it kind of made me a little gun shy, but I was like, you know what? What the heck? We'll try again, right? So basically what we're watching today, if you guys are not familiar, is this is a live stream that Quartering did. I believe the date is March 13th of 2023. And he managed to land an interview with Stephen Crowder. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go back in time a little bit and see some vintageness. Hey, Mr. Sammy Buka, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. What do you guys say we get into this? We'll pause the tunes for the moment. And let me, oh, well, it would help if I had things prepared. So let's do that. Okay. Let me put that in full screen. So this was just for context, right? This was a 2-hour live stream I managed to cut this down and edit it to about 26 minutes out of 2 hours. So let's just have a look and see what
we're gonna have
Jer has to say
in
here.
a few minutes.
Hold on, let me
Corporate
fix
accounts payable speaking. Just a moment.
Hold on.
In just a few minutes, I'm watching his
Let
camera.
me
Here, waiting for him to join in. Just
boost
want to let
the
everyone
audio a
know
little.
that in the description will be if you are a former mug clubber or a new mug clubber. The link is in the description.
All right, let me know how
join
that is.
or rejoin. And then if you're in the chat, there's
So right out of the gate, he's shilling, right? That's kind of the first thing that I noticed about this when I was editing it and putting it together. He immediately, I think this was the first 30 seconds of the stream after his intro video. And he managed to he immediately started shilling for Crowder's Mug Club, which I didn't know this about what Crowder was trying to do. He was basically trying to create his own Daily Wire network with this Mug Club, which I thought was kind of interesting. 26 minutes is roughly 1/4 of 2 hours, so we're on brand. Yes. Yes, we are. Very much, very much. All right, let's continue.
Before we're joined by Steven, there are 3 ways, say it with me, to support the stream. The first
Grift
is just leaving a like on it. Second way is through super chats, which I read all of them. And now the third way, bag, flag, dragon. You can support
immediately into the coffee grift. So we go from the Steven Crowder grift into the coffee grift. And he grifts. Oh man, I didn't realize how aggressive he was with this coffee grift. It's bad.
my sponsors. And well, the most important sponsor I have is coffeebrandcoffee.com. It's my company with a 4.9 star average rating. While we're waiting for Steven,
I'm sure all of those are legitimate reviews, by the way.
Love it. If you checked out Coffee Brand Coffee, promo code Crowder, and you'll save some money too. How about that? How about that?
Dead air. I did actually cut out most of the dead air on this stream. A lot of it was dead air. I would have left it in for comedic effect, but it was making me crazy. So I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried. Be sure to drink your Coffee Brand coffee with your Steven Crowder mug. Full grip. Yes. 100% full grip mode. That is where we live. This entire stream, this entire interview is a 2-hour grift.
Really stalling.
I'm not even joking.
I wanted to get people, a chance to get in here. He'll be here in a few minute. How's everyone doing? Hopefully,
say the thing.
4.9, you're slacking. Well, I mean, I do have some non-5-star ratings, but I also have somebody who rated it purposely 1 star, and then he rated it 1 star, but said it was amazing, and he just wanted people to see his review. And I was like, thanks.
Okay. How
Look, I mean, the thing about Coffee Brand Coffee is it's
all right, hold
political 100%.
Yeah, sure it is. Okay. How much do you guys think? Okay. We know Jer lies. Even in the past, right? He's always been on that grift, on that grind, trying to hustle you something. How much you want to bet there really is a 1-star review on his website, but it was not for the reason that he said? That is my theory.
So also, if you're in the market for a new PC, metapcs.com, promo.
And then we have a Meta PC grift.
The quartering.
We're just getting in all of the grifting today.
They've been a long time channel sponsor too.
All of the
Who's no
grifting.
better?
Okay, I didn't realize this. Here, let me enhance this. Do you guys? You can't see my mouse. Over here in the right-hand side, I didn't realize that they built him a computer with his freaking logo on it. Look at this. You can't see my mouse, but I'm shaking it. It's a freaking quarter pounder PC. Holy. Whoop. No, wait. Where'd the thing go? Where'd it go? Here it is. I found it.
Combination for your
Not a
mug. Love
professional
that.
streamer.
Delicious coffee
Hashtag
brand coffee, tea, or
not a
cocoa.
professional streamer.
Yeah, I'm happy to see him launching. I'm happy to see all the new members to his mug club. We had a nice talk on Saturday.
How long? Okay, we are almost 3 minutes into this edit, and it's been, like I said, the grifting.
I will ask him about Dave Lando. Can you guys tell me?
Top
Is there like
tier grift.
So that was the number one question people were asking. You should might be. Thank you, Crazy Sharp. I'm gonna ask him some of the questions that people asked me to ask. You know, I don't ship CBC to Canada, but I do see all of you checking out. You know, all I can ever ask about, you know, Coffee Brand Coffee is just to check it out, read the reviews while we're waiting here. If you drink coffee, tea, or cocoa, I think you'll really like it.
It's very interesting to me that, remember, this was 3 years ago. Look where we were 3 years ago. Look where Jer was 3 years ago. He doesn't have, I mean, he has dark circles under his eyes, but they're not full on eye bags like how they are now. He's speaking a lot more clearly. And yes, he's umming and ahhing, and he's taking these. There's dead air. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton of dead air on this, but it's not even comparable to how it is if you watch one of his present day live streams.
The reviews stand on their own, and the key for me is just to get more people to try it, because I mean the people that do love it.
Sure.
How was everyone's weekend? Just sort of the double.
He doesn't sound as ghoulish and stressed. 100%. Excuse me. No, you're 100% correct, Anonymous. He sounds more clear. He sounds more together for the most part. Like I said, there are those ums and ahs, and there's a lot of dead air that I did cut out of this. How was your weekend? Yeah, he did. Oh, I missed it. Let's back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
For me is just to get more people to try it, because I mean the people that do love it. How was everyone's weekend? Just sort of the double tap last night. Yeah, I kind of.
He said the thing. How was your weekend? Holy. Oh boy. Some things just never change, do they?
The double cap is really good too. Shane Bentley, you have may have already been asked. My apologies if you like. I'd like to hear.
Okay, I left this super chat in for a reason. So apparently, FNT before the last FNT before this interview, before this Steven Crowder interview took place, they had a guy on who was like he was like a kind of edgier conservative comedian, but he like pulled out like a fake dong or a fake dick on stream while they were streaming on YouTube. And remember, this is still like 2023 YouTube, where you couldn't really like get away with that at all. And so Quartering is about to give a very interesting opinion about this FNT situation. Gavin McInnes, yes, you are correct.
Steven's thoughts on Gavin's shenanigans on Friday Night Tights. the thing that happened on Friday night, it's a very popular live stream show. Gavin McInnes went on, who I find entertaining. But at one point in the show, he pulled out what appeared to be a Wizinator, which is a
fake
phallic,
dick.
it looks like a dong. Okay. And he starts like spraying. I'm sure they're going to get a strike. Like, you can't do that. And now what? They can't have their show next week because he wanted to do it. And Gavin knows the rules.
Oh, does he?
He's just like it's not like he doesn't know the rules on YouTube. So if they get a strike, I'm gonna be pissed at him. I don't
imagine being pissed off at somebody who gets your friend's channel flagged when they knew what they were doing could potentially get that channel flagged. I don't know. You guys can disagree with me if you think differently. I just think the hypocrisy of this is it's hypocrisy.
I think that was just really stupid. And he knows better. That's me coming from me as a content creator. As a viewer, it was hilarious. There's 7,700 people here and only 2.6 thousand likes. Let's go. When are we getting My Channel is Under Attack blend from Coffee Run Coffee? Probably never. I try to keep it completely separate.
How much more money do you think Jer would have made or could still potentially make if he made a coffee that says My Channel is Under Attack? Probably not as much money these days, but I mean, this was right before Quartering's peak. This was 2023, before the 2024 election, when his channel kind of peaked at the top. And how much more money do you think he could have made if he would have just bitten the bullet and given in to the grift? His audience was clearly asking for it. If your audience is asking for you to do it, why wouldn't you just, I don't know. It seems like it was just the wrong move, in my opinion.
Right. Speaking of, right.
Oh, get ready. Get ready, you guys. Here they come. Tech issues.
Work.
Where? Jer. Jer. Hello? Where'd you go? Oh, boy.
I touched your lighting on the night of the party, but I think we fixed it since then. Now we watched this fight.
Oh, behind the scenes? Okay, audio? Yep. Yeah, I know, Anonymous, he didn't, but I think, honestly, I thought it was the wrong move.
Oh, okay. Hello, Jerry.
So, I just want to point this out. Jer is using StreamYard, like how I'm using StreamYard right now. And there is a way. I mean, I think most people, if you've ever watched a YouTube live stream, you know that with the StreamYard software, you can add people to your call. You can add people to the stream, and it's not that hard to do it. Yet, for some reason, he'll uncover it here in a second when he takes the overlay off. But for some reason, we are on a Zoom meeting with Steven Crowder. And that's just the first of the tech issues. Why would you do this? Why would you go on a Zoom call when you're already using a software that allows you to add? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I just don't know what the decision making process was.
Am I on air?
You can't hear him at all. His audio is completely scuffed.
It's not like Patrick Bet David, where when I was on his show, they had a live on air sign in my field of view, and it never.
So Steven can hear him, but we can't, and it's just completely 100% just
turned on. I was sitting there, I was like, well, this is a fake out sign. So
it's just it's just a head shake.
Just the lighting. So if I was dark, it's my new wrestling intro.
I think his chat is telling him that they can't hear him. He's like, oh God. And now we have the XSplit logo, which is going to sit there for the entirety of, and this interview went on for an hour, you guys. So, I mean, this was just something that it was just a mess.
Let's see if they can hear.
It was a mess.
Me now.
And his chat's going to call him out on it too, which I think is hilarious.
Thing. I shouldn't be muted. Okay, I might have to leave this weird little logo on the screen, but
okay, well that's fine
now.
If you leave the logo on the screen.
Yeah,
people can hear you and hear me.
Yep, everyone can hear. We're good.
We're not exactly running this on an HBO budget. I get it.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm good now. I think we're good. That was actually, you know, relatively. We'll get through it. It was a relatively small, you know, hiccup. Good morning. Yeah, that is the way. You know what's really sad is I had a big reveal plan to flex on you because I know you have all this Rumble money now, and I was like, but do you have one of these?
Wait, what is that?
He's so freaking cringe. He's so cringe. I can't even. He's trying to big dick Steven Crowder, and I'm like, sir, you're not gonna big dick Steven Crowder.
That's what's on your desk.
Oh, so you have 1 million subscribers on Rumble?
Oh, it's 100,000, not 1 million.
Oh, well, hold on a second.
So he just gets completely mocked by Steven Crowder. It's like, oh, you have 1 million subs on Rumble? No, it's 100,000. Which, don't get me wrong, 100,000 is a lot of subs, especially, yes, 100% felted. How you doing, Trev? Thanks for popping in. Lapdog for Steven. Hey, Celtic, how are you? Celtic, I saw your comment on my post, and I took a screenshot of it, so I'm gonna look into that probably Monday. I have another project in the works currently that I'm working with Luther on, but I definitely saved your screenshot, and that's on my list of things to look into. So yeah, he's about to get even more felted by Steven Crowder, which I find hilarious.
The thing in the box.
No, I have the thing.
Oh. Well, we need to do a whole debate. So I have the same as you. I'm supposed to be better than you with 1 million.
Yeah, actually, that's
this
true.
is bullshit.
Rumble,
come on, a little bit of clout. But I will tell you, for people who don't know, it's heavy, right?
I know, it's super heavy.
Yeah, Trev, how many times do you think? Okay, through this whole false flagging Keno Casino thing, how many times do you think that Jer has DM'd Steven Crowder being like, please, just a crumb of support. I need your support. I'm by myself. All I have is Melody, and that's it. And they hate us both. We need you. I know it's been happening recently because if you guys have been paying attention to Twitter at all, or if you've been watching clip channels or anything like that, this week especially. By the way, if you guys have the opportunity to either join Roger's chat on Rumble or Raw Quarter Pounder on Kick, shout out to both you guys. Do so because it is a fun time. We sit in there, we make fun of Jer while he's doing his show, and it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. But this week especially, he's really, really been like trying to get up Steven's asshole. It's bad. Which is why I thought it was funny that I found this, and I was like, maybe we should look. When he's drunk, I bet it's more than that, Trev. I think it's more so now that he is doing it any chance he gets. Whoa, buddy. Jeremy Hambley, hello. Welcome to the channel. How are you, my friend?
Heavy. I was like, dang, what is this? I thought it was a bottle of wine at first.
the big thing I'm excited about is, we really are on the cusp, or maybe we've kind of hit the tipping point of having a viable alternative to YouTube, where people can actually not just do a mirror channel, but potentially grow on another platform, right? That's kind of the difference that we've always struggled with is, okay, we have a mirror channel for safety, but then how do we grow if we're ever suspended or permanently removed?
All right. Along with this entire stream being a grift, the other part of the stream is that it was a fuck YouTube, let's glaze Rumble type deal situation.
Rumble's getting there. I mean, they still need to fix some things. Nothing's perfect, but that's exciting to me.
He's SEO lives on Kick. Yes.
When we talked about that, it's like,
yes, he is.
I mean,
wait, okay, hold on.
Solidarity subs.
Ooh, let's back it up 10 seconds.
That's ever suspended.
Hold on.
Permanently removed from YouTube.
Hold on.
Rumble's getting there. I mean, they still need to fix some things. Nothing's perfect, but
watch this.
That's exciting to me.
Yeah, that's like.
Can you imagine? I'm gonna hide your comment for a second so people can see this. Can you imagine Jer getting $100 super chat now? Oh, hello? Go back. No, we lost it. Where did it go? How far in were we? I was trying to fix it.
Oh, well,
okay.
That's hit the tipping point.
Subs on Rumble who are like, okay, well, if he gets banned, like
there it is. Okay, sorry, a little bit of technical. I was trying to make this go away. Can you imagine? Jer getting
like, I mean,
$100 super chat now? It doesn't happen. He made so much money on this live stream. I was just like, damn, that would never happen now.
Subs on Rumble who are like, okay, well, if he gets banned, I'm over there. Right.
Yeah. The UI is still not great.
Your announcement. So I had like 80, 90,000 subscribers before you joined. And then once you joined, I picked up like another 20,000. And like they were, and then my views, people started using it more. It's
100% Celtic Lightning, 100%. He would talk about that every freaking chance he got.
Like, okay, I subscribed to him because I support all tech or new tech.
Now, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to blow my nose. I got that red tide, so I'm gonna go off my.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot! Hold on a second. I gotta go get Kleenex. Just entertain the crowd, Jeremy.
Sure. Yeah. So Mug Club.
Look how awkward it got as soon as Steven left, and Jer has to be by himself now for a second. Like how freaking he's like, I don't know what to say. Grift. Wait, we have to grift. Mug Club. Let's go.
On 320. And you'll be able to. I was going to ask him if it's going to be on YouTube and Rumble. So once he gets back, I'll ask.
I'm sorry about that. I got that red tide sickness.
Yeah, yeah. You told me about that after I'd been there all week. And then there was a big article in the paper today about it, and then it was like zoning in on the area where I was. I'm like, oh
yeah.
No.
Well, hey, hopefully
so awkward. He's so awkward around people. Like it's interesting.
They know where to find us.
Yeah,
it's interesting to see.
It's really growing fast. By people were asking. I asked for some fan questions, and one of the questions was, "Will Tranny Bane return now that you're on?"
Okay, your eyes did not deceive you. His camera, this entire, not just Jared's camera, but his entire stream throughout this edit is just going to randomly freeze at certain times. The 4E9S, thank you for the follow over on Kick. Thank you so much. Another set I've not seen from any of his old clips. I wonder how many times he's changed it, thinking it would make his content better instead of trying to, actually put effort in. That's a very good observation, Trev. His background and his setup has changed a lot over the years. Since even before when he was doing magic stuff, it seems almost like every year or year and a half, 2 years, somewhere around there, he will he'll change his background, thinking it's gonna help his stream. I'm gonna go grab some dinner. I tried to send you a link to a Rumble blog post promoting Jared's Rumble acquisition. Name is Dogalichi, but same avatar. Okay. If you send it to me on X or Twitter, I will look for it. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's get back into it.
It's really growing fast. But people were asking. I asked for some fan questions, and one of the questions was, "Will Tranny Bane return now that you're on Rumble?"
You know, that's old. These are some old school fans.
Yeah,
his to remove a lot of content.
His freaking stream keeps freezing up, and I don't know if he realizes it.
By the way, it's one word, so you can say it. Tranny Bane. It's one word. The name.
Tranny Bane.
So it's fine. It's fine. It's not a pejorative. That's what's happened with comedy now. YouTube isn't fun anymore. That's a big thing too. It's just not fun. Do you enjoy working with it? No, it used to be fun. It's not fun.
It's like it being in a dead marriage.
What would you know about being in a dead marriage, Jer?
Like, you stay together for the kids, which are the viewers, but like ultimately it's not really that exciting anymore. You're in different beds, all this kind of stuff.
You drive.
Is this projection I'm sensing? Are we projection maxing here, Jeremy, from 2023? I think we might be.
Around for an hour and a half after work before you go upload to YouTube.
Yeah. You're eating dinner before dinner because you can't cook anymore.
Really? I don't know, guys. They always say, what is it that they say, that comedy always has an underlayer or it's based in truth? Trev, I was actually just wondering that myself. I don't know. Here, let's ask Google. When did Steven Crowder get divorced? According to Google AI, Hillary Crowder filed for divorce from Steven Crowder in December 2021, and then it was publicly announced in April 2023, explaining the proceedings had been ongoing for well over a year. So it doesn't say it was finalized, but at this point in history, that Trev brings up here. So this was before Steven announced. So this stream was March 13th of 23. And according to Google, they didn't announce it until April of 23. So this is a month before that Steven made his divorce public, which is interesting. They both sound like they know what they're talking about, which I find
the way I see it is Rumble's going to become the new home for independent content creators, because YouTube now is like, if you go to the YouTube homepage, it's like literally Hollywood movies, highly produced shows with big budgets. And like, you got to scroll down to find a dude with a webcam doing a video like that.
Okay. Here's my opinion on this, right? So wait, hold on. Let's back it up a second and listen to what he said again.
Highly produced show, independent
back it up
again, creators, because YouTube now is like, if you go to the YouTube homepage, it's like literally Hollywood movies, highly produced shows with big budgets. And like, you got to scroll down to find a dude with a webcam doing a video.
Okay.
That just does not appear on YouTube.
Okay. Here's my opinion on this statement. It's not that YouTube is more overly produced than Rumble. You have to remember, at the time that this happened, 2023, Rumble was still a brand new platform-ish, right? It only had been around, I think, for about a year or two at this point. And this was kind of really when they were starting to push for content creators, especially conservative content creators, to come over to their platform, right? So I think, in my opinion, it's not, and I think it's still true to this day, right? I think that it's not that. I think that with YouTube, you have to really put in effort to get noticed on YouTube. Your videos have to be well researched. They have to have good production quality. And honestly, there are so many tools out there now that are free or low cost or whatever that people who don't have big studios like a Steven Crowder or a Ben Shapiro or whoever, a Tucker Carlson or all those guys. Literally anybody can get these tools for either zero or low cost. I mean, I make my videos on OBS Studio, and OBS Studio is free. You know, I edit my videos in DaVinci Resolve, which is free. You know, it's like you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on software or broadcasting tools to have a really good polished show or a live stream or a video. You don't need that anymore. And I think that was also the case in 2023. And in 2023, I was streaming. I wasn't streaming stuff like this. I was doing other kinds of content, not like I was doing gaming content, put it that way. And I had access to all those tools and the same thing, and I was able to. I didn't have to put in a financial commitment other than what I spent on my PC. That was it, and my microphone. Anonymous. Jer was part of Rumble's official lineup or whatever, and was even featured heavily in that. Yes, you are 100% correct. He was, and even then, Rumble put all this money behind him, and this is kind of what I was getting to in my point. So YouTube, it's still possible to have a good show there and get noticed and get your name out there if you have a good product that can get picked up. And obviously some of that is luck too, right? Luck, consistency, having a good product that people want to watch. Rumble being the new guy in town, you don't have the same level of competition on Rumble that you do on YouTube. And I think that's still true as of today. And the thing is even in 2023, when this interview took place, Jer's content, for the most part, was so low effort and still remains to be so low effort that he gets completely decimated on any platform he's on because his content is crap. It sucks. He can't compete with even small channels that have 1,000 subs or whatever, that have good quality content, or they put a lot of effort into their videos, because he just doesn't want to take the time to do that. That's just my opinion, right? And yeah, you're right. He was heavily featured in the advertisements and getting people to go over to Rumble, and he pissed it all away. In my opinion, he squandered how many people, I don't know how many people watching are also streamers or content creators, but how a lot of people would have taken that opportunity if they had that opportunity that Jer had when Rumble signed him. Excuse me. How many? I know I would have freaking worked my ass off every single day. I don't care if that money is guaranteed, because guess what? One day it's not going to be guaranteed. And I want to, and that's number one. And number two, I want to prove to Rumble that the trust that they have put in me is well-founded and well-deserved, and that I can put on a good show and I can make the money. But Jared just saw it as an opportunity to kick up his feet and do sloppy content and just take advantage of Rumble and take advantage of his audience, thinking he didn't have to, he just thought he didn't have to not pander, but he thought that he didn't have to listen to his audience. That's probably a better way to put it. He thought he didn't have to listen to his audience because he could do whatever he wanted because he had that guaranteed money. But like I said, a day comes where that money is nothing is ever guaranteed 100% in life.
anymore. The
So
ladder got pulled up. I tell people this all the time.
let's
Like,
back it up a little
there
bit.
will find a dude with they just like literally Hollywood movies, highly produced shows with big budgets. And like you gotta scroll down to find a dude with a webcam doing a video. Like that just does not appear on YouTube anymore. The ladder got pulled up. I tell people this all the time. Like it will be extremely unlikely that there'll not be another dude reading news articles with 1 million subscribers. Like there is like Tim, me, that era, and that's it. They're just
That's because the market started to shift. People didn't. So even in 2023, he was making excuses for his content. And you're like, oh well, you can't do that anymore. Well, yeah, because people want to. They want to be entertained. If I wanted to read a story from the New York Post, guess what? I would go to the New York Post website and read the article. I don't need, and I feel like most people on this platform don't need somebody to read to them. They're tuning in because they want to hear your interpretation of it. They want to hear what you have to say. What are your thoughts about all of it? Like that's really what he should have been doing this whole time, but he just didn't. He was like, let me just read this article in the slowest way possible so I can pack in the ads and then I'll go home. That's it.
Another person coming up that way, not because they don't deserve it, not because they're not better, but because of the way the algorithm has changed and the way that, what YouTube promotes. Right. Yeah. I mean, and speaking of sponsors, Coffee Brand Coffee, I'm sure that's a delicious cup of Coffee Brand Coffee.
Griff time. Ad. Here we go.
But
it actually is your tea.
Oh, okay. There you go. See, that people sleep on the tea.
Wait, does Jared still sell tea? I don't know if he does or not. That's interesting. I forgot that he used to sell tea.
Yeah, it's good. It's is it oolong or oolong? Oolong. Okay.
Yeah, super caffeine.
I just showed myself to be a Philistine.
That's okay. We'll cut it out.
Again with the freezing of the show.
Also, look, you also have to go with your gut somewhat. Yeah. And when you spend some time with people and they listen, they go, okay, we understand that. Here was one thing that really changed with Rumble, for example. Right? They did come in and they wanted to have this like minimum number of episodes, which is fine. We still have.
Sure.
But, the number was very, very high because considering what we
can we take a second to observe what's happening on the screen right now? What is Jeremy doing? You have Steven Crowder, who was at the time probably the biggest creator Rumble had landed on their platform, right? You have Steven Crowder, who's giving you an hour of his day and has agreed to do an interview with you. And we're staring at our phone. We're texting somebody. We're reading Twitter. We're doing everything else except paying attention to the man that could. Steven Crowder could have strapped a rocket to Jared's ass and launched him into the stratosphere. And not to say, and like. I will just say, for me, right? If I'm on a work call, right, for my day job, and I'm presenting or I'm doing a project as a favor for a colleague or whatnot, and I'm on a like a Teams call or a Zoom call or whatever the hell with them, and I see them doing this. Or I see them looking off to the side or this, that, or doing anything else except either paying attention to me or like reading, like they're obviously reading their screen or whatever, like their email or like the presentation or whatever. Oh my gosh. It drives me absolutely nuts. Yeah, looking at his phone. Ignorance always. Yes. 100%. So most of my team's calls are too, but every once in a while I'll have some where I have to where we have to be on camera, and when I see bullshit like this, it just drives me up a freaking wall. Ugh. Let's watch it again.
For example. Right. They did come in and they wanted to have this like minimum number of episodes, which is fine. We still have.
Sure.
But,
He's
the number
talking
was
about
very,
Rumble,
very high,
right?
because considering what we do, if we go and,
And
do
Sheriff's
on
just
Fridays, we're not sitting here
on his phone.
thumbs up our asses. What
Right.
we're doing is we're either filming sketches or we're on location, right? We're producing. It takes a long time.
And that was very clearly a text message, because you could see him put his phone down and then immediately like kind of look up and look off to like reading chat. Oh, it's so bad. So
we have
bad.
the ability to, when we plug people's live shows, they sell out and they do really, they do really well. And there have been a lot of people requesting to come in, and this is a challenge we run into. Guest segments don't really do very well for us. People tune out.
Me either. Unless it's like someone like, if I bring Steven Crowder on, obviously it's a big deal, but
okay, first of all, we're gonna take every opportunity to glaze Steven. Fair, fine, whatever. But gee, Jeremy, I wonder why. Guest segments don't do very well on your show. Could it be that you're disrespectful to your guests and you stare at your phone, or you're looking off to the side, or doing anything else except paying attention to what they have to say? It's just these are just observations, right? These are just my observations. Obviously, he does seem to have a more energy than current day Jer. 100%. It's really a night and day difference, isn't it? Of how, because like I said, he's even like, you can tell he's just a naturally a slow talker, I think, in general. Because if you go back and watch his old content, like his old MTG content from like 2017, even back then, he was always a bit of a slower speaker, and that's fine. Some people naturally just are slower speakers, right? But even still, he has more energy in what he's saying, and he's more engaged. I think is probably the best word for it. He's more engaged than he is in his current day content. Probably popped an Adderall, maybe. You never know, I guess, right?
Generally, people just want me. Like,
yes.
What about guest?
Okay, normally people just want me. Okay, I'm real sure that's okay. He literally said he spoke slower to get more mid-rolls. Yes, you are 100% correct on that as well. Hi, or else. How are you today? Thanks for being here. Woohoo! Fresh Misty contact. Hey, Salty Australian. How are you? Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it.
Doesn't do that well. Like,
know that the Smug Club Forever email, I mean, we've only sent out one ever thus far. This will be the second one. So if you get an email from there, it's not spam, it's not a newsletter. It directly relates to your account. Yeah,
and I'm going to add a promo code out to the coffee company at the bottom of the email too, without telling Steven. Oh, the mic's still on. So the
he's so cringe. He's I remember why I left that in. He's so freaking cringe. Hi, I'm new here. I've been summoned by these two human voids. Hello, Hobo Chili. How are you? Thanks for being here. Wow, so funny. I know. He thinks he's so hilarious. And look at the look on Steven's face. He's like, are you serious right now? Is he like
other thing was
so
that
for real?
was a big
So
question
serious?
about so, and I know we're running out of time here, so I wanted to sneak in a few more questions. I appreciate you spending this morning with us greatly. And
now, is that a short sleeve plaid shirt?
Yes.
No.
In winter in Wisconsin?
But I'm a large man. It has to be like sub-zero for me to wear long sleeves. Like it has to be. I'm also wearing shorts. So
really,
yeah. I mean, it's like 35 out. That's not too bad. But like, I mean, if You're from Michigan. I mean, would you forget
No,
about
I know
the
it.
cold
Yeah,
weather?
but still, people watching are like, it's only 35, and you're in short sleeves and in shorts. What do you do if you have to go get the mail? Do you put on a jacket?
Yeah, I'll put a jacket on over the shorts. You know,
I thought maybe just cover yourself in cheese.
well, cheese isn't as insulative as you would hope, and then also the wildlife becomes an issue.
It. Why is it so cringy, you guys? Why? It's so boomer coded. I can't.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah,
In Wisconsin, yeah, there'll be a bunch of Packers fans just like, it's supposed to be on your head. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What's going on there, Snack Shack? So yeah, so looking back so far,
He's so cringy. If Steven makes a joke and Jer kind of tries to joke back, and then he actually made Steven laugh, and then he just kind of went, yeah, okay, He's worried about the ticks. He must be. He must be worried about ticks. Yes. They call me Miss Cleo because I'm psychic. Oh my gosh. Maybe. You never know, right?
I know it's like barely in your rear view. And, I think this is one thing that I've been kind of looking at in the space too. When I watched, like, let's say your interview on Peter Bet David. It's Peter? Yeah.
Patrick
Yeah.
Bet David.
Patrick, yeah.
Okay. You guys might need to help me with this one. I don't know. How big was Patrick Bet David in 2023? Was he like a large I know he has like a podcast and people kind of like reference him now for the memes, but was he like really, I wasn't in this space in 2023, so I genuinely am asking because I don't know. Was he kind of like a larger content creator? Because if he was, like, the fact that I can't tell if Jer called him the wrong name on purpose to like try to felt him, or if he just like excuse me, if he just like generally didn't know. He's a grifter. I mean, that would make sense. Who? Patrick Bet David, salty Australian. I genuinely don't know. That was why I was
It's a
asking.
surprisingly white guy name for an Assyrian Iranian.
Yeah. He's got like white guy passing privilege though.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So there's that. And then so there still seems to be
That's fair, or else
there's a lot of kind of, it's a weird time in our space. You've been obviously away, restructuring your entire business, and people forget that there's
yes,
50
we are
employees that rely on you. It's not like a YouTuber switching potential places.
Hey, Neckbone.
Leading into this
You're welcome.
next election cycle, it would be, why wouldn't I ask you a political question? Because it'd be stupid.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's back this up here for a second.
Places.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Hobo. Thank you. The one I posted in chat. Damn it, I'm going through my history. No, you're good. Celtic, you can, if you DM me on X, DM me that stuff on X so I can find it. I would appreciate it. And I will look into it. Okay. So this is the next part, you guys. Listen, I know it's hard with quartering, but listen to how long it takes him to spit out this question to Steven Crowder.
Leading into this next election cycle, it would be, why wouldn't I ask you a political question? Because it'd be stupid not
sure.
to. How do you think, it seems like the right, and even the people like me, so you're like more traditionally right wing, I think, to be fair, or conservative.
Yeah, I'm definitely conservative. I don't shy from it. Yeah,
I am a guy that votes conservative, but isn't necessarily as hard line. And there seems to be like a lot of division right now on the right, and it's my opinion that like we lose the election if there's this level of division. How do you
Where's
think
the question?
Conservatives and the more moderate right wingers get back together, find some common ground going into the biggest election in a very long time, with Joe Biden versus potentially Trump, or it's really either potentially Trump or
Where's the question?
And would you disagree?
I mean, the smallest shows.
That was a full minute of rambling to get to the base, the root of the question, which was, would you agree that the right is divided and we can't be divided if we want to win the election? Holy, okay, we're going back.
Right. And even the people like me, so you're like more traditional than you. It's Peter,
Patrick,
yeah.
Bet David,
Patrick, yeah. Sorry, potential places leading into this next election cycle. It would be, why wouldn't I ask you a political question? Because it'd be stupid.
No, sure.
But
how do you think, it seems like the right, and even the people like me, so
you're not wrong.
You're like more traditionally right wing, I think, to be fair, or conservative.
Yeah, I'm definitely conservative. I don't shy from it. Yeah,
I am a guy that votes conservative, but isn't necessarily as hard line.
It's so like when I was editing this, I was like, oh my gosh. I could not figure out where it made my head spin so hard, you guys. It was oh my god. Yeah, he is. I noticed that too. His hat has his quartering logo on it, which I think is a choice. But yeah, his brain is turning smooth. I can't tell if it's nerves or this is okay. This is why you write out your questions first. Right? Yep. This is why you write down, even if because when stuff happens live, things can go off the rails. Streaming is dynamic, as they always say. Things can change at the drop of a hat, right? Well, even having said that, you gotta have at least some structured questions written down where you can at least refer to those. And if you need to get your stream back on track or whatever, you have them written down so you can just ask the question and not ramble. He's never done show. No, he has not, Trev. You know what he did? Okay, so like I said, this whole stream was about 2 hours. I cut it down to 26 minutes for our purposes here today. This stream is still up on Jer's Rumble page, by the way. So if you guys want to watch, I don't know why you would, but if you want to go watch the full unedited stream, it's there on his Rumble page. It's not on, he took it down off of YouTube, but it's still up on Rumble. But yeah, he's not, you're right. Yeah, he's never done show prep. He clearly, I remember what I was going to say. Sorry. I had a little goldfish moment there. The first part of this stream, about the first 15, 20 minutes, was him asking the chat, like, he goes, chat, what should I ask Steven? How do you not know what you're going to ask Steven Crowder, who is the biggest name you've had on your channel? What? How do you not have anything? Why are you going in on the day of the show asking your chat, hey, chat, what should I ask? Or, hey, super chat me your questions. I mean, obviously that part's a grift, but it's like, holy. What are you guys saying in chat? Finding articles does not count. You are correct. Why did he take it down? No, Crowder doesn't really destroy him. Crowder basically, all he does for the entire however long he's on with Jer is just promoting his Mug Club platform, which he was trying to set up this whole network of creators, kind of like how Daily Wire is set up. He was trying to set up his own thing. And so he was on here promoting that, trying to like get the word out that he was launching this new network and it was going to be tied to Rumble and Locals, and that if you were a creator, you should like sign up to be a part of his network. He's copying Tim Pool by reading articles. Tim is a tool, but at least he can read. Yes, you are correct.
And there seems to be like a lot of division right now on the right, and it's my opinion that like we lose the election if there's this level of division. How do you think the conservatives and the more moderate right wingers get back together, find some common ground going into the biggest election in a very long time, with Joe Biden versus potentially Trump, or it's really either potentially Trump or DeSantis, probably, right? Would you disagree?
I mean, the smallest shows would have been 3,500, 4,000 people, right? Because we would do it 2 times in a theater. Never once met a Mitch McConnell fan. Never once met a Lindsey Graham fan.
There
Never
are
once
people out
met
there that like turtles. I love turtles.
Yes, like turtles.
Again, with the cringe jokes. You don't like turtles? I like turtles. Oh my gosh. I'm behind. But before Tim Pool started selling his own coffee, he grifted CBC. Yes. Yes. Hi, Firebrand. How are you doing? Good, hopefully. CT Yankee, hello. Cass, hello. I know. He's cringe. He trigger. It's
so I'm gonna
just
stick
bad.
around and let you get on with your day, and please do, by the way, follow him.
100% or else
to join Mug Club. If you have an issue, if you're waiting for your coupon, that email will resend today as well. The content creators, a lot of questions people asking, hey, what are you looking for content creators? I think we're probably a few months out on having a
no, not a few months out. Here's the thing is
okay. So I cut most of this out because a lot of it wasn't really, I cut it down basically just to the nitty gritty here. So they're about to talk about what Steven is looking for creators to join his network. And just keep this in mind and think about how that potentially, or how Jer might think that could potentially apply to him.
What we're looking for, let me just say this, is people with integrity, right? People who aren't, if you're
people with integrity. Strike one.
Who's been selling every single thing that'll come through, probably not the right fit. That's a good example.
Selling and grifting every single thing that comes through. Strike two.
Mr. Guns and Gear, who has a smaller audience than some of the other gun channels, but he's very well respected, and people know that they can look to him for an objective point of view, and he really knows his stuff. You have to have a vision, and then you can reach out. Which email is it, Tim? Do we know which email it is? I don't know. If they're paying.
Oh, here, let me take your comment off the screen so I can show you guys this. Look at this super chat. Okay, I left it in here. Even in 2023, his audience was telling him to not be such a fun center. Sorry, there's this thing at the bottom. I'll read it to you. It says, Jeremy, we love you. Go harder. Tim is winning because you are the ultimate fence sitter now. We want more old school, brother. So even in 2023, his chat was telling him that your content sucks and you need to change it.
We don't get another 10,000 people. We're still going through them. I appreciate it, but it's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna stay on a little bit and try and sell some coffee. I'm gonna let you
more
get on
grifting
with your wonderful day. I'm looking forward to next Monday.
We need more coffee too. Let us know when we can. I think we need to place an order.
I have some. Go ahead.
Wonder how many of his 2 million subs are bought. Well, we can reasonably say, right? And I don't think this is a big reach, right? And I will preface this by saying it's just my opinion, right? I don't think it's a big reach to say that we know that Jer recently, when I say recently, I want to say in the last 6 months, definitely since this whole false flagging Kino Casino war has been going on. But in the last 6 months, I think it's reasonable to say that he has been potentially buying subs, potentially buying views, potentially, and buying views in the sense, and we know he's been doing this because he said it, that he's been paying for his content to be promoted on other channels. And so it's very likely, considering how we know how dead his streams are, that a lot of his numbers, in my opinion, are artificially inflated. Whether that was from buying subs, promoting his videos to boost the view, watch time, buying likes, whatever that might be. I think it's very, 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 very possible that he's done this probably he's probably doing it more now, but I think it's entirely possible that he did it during his, during his throughout his entire, sorry, I'm having a quartering moment here. I think it's entirely possible that he did this his entire time, throughout his time on YouTube. One time a couple of years ago, I saw comments under one of his videos that were obviously fake. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it wouldn't surprise me if this is just behavior that has gone on for a long time, and that because he's so boring that it just kind of nobody ever paid attention. Nobody noticed it, right? And now that people are actually noticing and paying attention, it's being called out now. But I would agree that I think it's very plausible that this has gone on for a while. Hi, Ultra. I'm glad he's finally being called out for this. You have a very reasonable, non-biased take. Thank you. That's my whole goal. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Jeremy at all. I think he is a reprehensible human being. I think what he did to the Kino Casino, whether he directly did it or incited it to happen by brigading his audience, I think it's utterly deplorable what he did. And I think he is grifting off of his audience, which is primarily made up of Christians, and he's exploiting Christianity to exploit his audience. And so for those reasons alone, I am going to, I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. And I know I'm small potatoes. That does not, that does not, I'm aware, I'm a very small channel, but you know what? Every voice counts. And I think that for me, the whole reason I even started this YouTube channel and all this stuff was because I saw something that wasn't right. I wanted to help call it out, and I was able to and so that's why I started. So he was fake it till you make it, and then lucky with the algorithm, and then right wingers getting banned. Yes, Trev, 100%. No, and you're 100% correct as well, Neckbone. He can't. He has since in the last 2 months, he has shown that he is not willing to make his content better. He's just relying. If you guys watch June the King, I think June did a great job of identifying Quartering's cycles. I actually have a video topic that I'm researching that'll come out at some point about lol cows and how lol cows cycle right? They kind of find themselves in these repeating patterns. And I have a video that I'm making about that eventually, once all this coffee stuff gets a bit more resolved. But you're right, he can't come back because he has shown over the last few months that he is not willing to make a change, get out of the cycle, and make his content better. So you get a flag. You get a flag. Everybody gets a flag. Hi, Golden Mongoose. Thanks for being here. He actually thinks that people believe he suddenly became Christian when Charlie Kirk got killed. Like, how it's a grift. I will speak for myself and just for my my personal experiences on this, right? So I'm a Christian. I don't flaunt that in every single video that I make. I made that video about calling him out for being a wolf in sheep's clothing, because I felt like it was my duty as a Christian to do that, because he is, in my opinion, misleading people. And what I will say is that Christians tend to be very forgiving. And they like to give people second chances and third chances, right? Because we're taught about forgiveness and you know, and all this stuff. And not to say that forgiveness does not mean consequences, because consequences still must happen when you sin and do wrong. But I think that especially when someone hears, oh, well, I've decided to give my life to Christ, people want to give that person the benefit of the doubt. And I think what happened after the Charlie Kirk thing, when he came out and said all that stuff, I think people wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And it was just like, you know, the saying, give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Cat? Yeah. They're around here. Give them, you know, the saying, give them an inch and they'll take a mile. I think that people gave him that inch of, you know, we're giving you the benefit of the doubt on this one because we want, you know, they wanted to give him an opportunity. And I think that he saw that and then saw an opportunity to continue to exploit that, right? And you're right. Ultra, you're right here as well. He desperately tried to cover up his swinger lifestyle. That's not very Christian, and it's not at all. It's not. It's completely against everything the Bible teaches. And so I think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, for lack of a better term. I think he's grifting to exploit his audience, and people, he needs to be called out for it. He needs to be called out for it. He needs to be held accountable for what he's done. And that's where I am. I'm trying to call him out. I'm not trying to make content about his bedroom activities or what he and his wife are or are not doing. I'm not trying to speculate on anything like that. I'm here for the facts, right? I'm here for the facts. I'm here to talk about his coffee and how he's non-compliant and he needs to be, if you're going to sell food or coffee is considered food. If you're going to sell a food product, you have to provide the information that not only that the FDA requires, but that your customers are asking for. So I'm here to help hold him accountable for that. I'm also here to hold him accountable for his actions after saying he's been a Christian, because he has not been acting like a Christian. Absolutely not. And if you can tell that I'm getting upset, it's because it pisses me off and I'm angry. So, well, the bull gives him an inch. Oh my gosh. He robbed his granny. I saw this last night. I fell asleep watching Kino Casino last night because I was just so dead. I was so tired. And so I was watching it a little bit earlier today as I was cleaning up the house a little bit, and I saw him tell this story. And the thing about Jer's stories, the thing about Jeremy in general that I've noticed, he has no poker face. All of his emotions are right there on the surface. And so he can't hide his emotions. He can't hide it when he's pissed off. He can't hide it when he's nervous. And so because of that, I think a lot of the stories that he tells as well, a lot of his personal anecdotes that he tells, I think a lot of them are about him. He'll try to pose it as, oh, well, somebody in my family, or, oh, my friend. But I genuinely think a lot of those stories are about him. So he likes peeing in his basement. Yes, that is a thing he likes to do. All Christians, especially new ones, have issues that they must work to overcome. Yes. That is not intrinsically true. His issues is that he shows zero contrition and is new. So that's an interesting point. Is it Abedin? Is that how I say your name? I regret nothing after. Yes, the Run Fair thing. The Run Fair thing is a great example. I'm glad you brought that up. So the Run Fair incident is obviously that happened before he says he became a Christian, right? So close enough. Thank you. I hate getting people's names wrong. So if I ever misspeak your name, please feel free to correct me and I will apologize to you. But the Run Fair is a great example, because the Run Fair thing obviously happened before he said he became a Christian, right? And I at first wasn't going to put it in my wolf in sheep's clothing video that I did, because I was really trying to focus on all the crap that happened either leading up to or during the time of or after he became a Christian, right? Or he says he became a Christian. The only reason I put the Run Fair content in my video was because after Camelot had posted it on X and exposed it, Quartering came out and said that it was totally normal behavior and everybody acts this way. And that is 100% false, right? I don't know any normal person who behaves that way. He was being creepy, lewd, like just completely just inappropriate in front of kids. And the thing about when you first become a Christian is, yes, you're going to stumble. Even if you've been a Christian for a long, long time, you're still going to sin. You're still going to stumble. But especially when you're new, you are going to stumble a lot. And it takes time to kind of shed your old behaviors. So, and this is not me making excuses. I'm not sweeping for Jeremy at all. I think he's, like I said, I think he's faking this whole Christian thing. But my point is that when you're brand new to the faith, you are going to have times, especially in the beginning, where you're going to stumble and fall a lot. You're going to mess up a lot. The point is that when you do, you're supposed to recognize what you've done and turn away from it. Acknowledge what you did. Say, I messed up. I did this thing. I know I'm not supposed to do this thing anymore. I'm really trying. You ask for forgiveness. And then you actively try to make a change. You actively try to change the behavior. And I don't see that in him at all. Number one, he's so prideful that he will never apologize for anything. If he does, it'll be a half-assed apology, right? He'll never apologize for anything. He's never showed, at least in any of the content I have seen, he's never showed any sincerity or any desire to try and change his ways. He says he does, but what is the saying? Actions always speak louder than words. And to me, I just don't see. I just don't see it. But yeah, you guys, this is a great discussion. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. We are live on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. So if you're on YouTube, if you could just do me a big favor and hit the like button, I would appreciate that very much. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. That would mean a lot. I'm trying to get to 500 subs on YouTube. So I would greatly appreciate it if we could get there by the end of in the next week. If we could get to 500, I would be so happy. But yeah, if you're on Kick, make sure you're following. If you're on Rumble, same thing. Please make sure you're following, and you can also hit the like button over there as well. So let's go ahead and let's jump back in to where we were.
I'm looking forward to next Monday.
We need more coffee too. Let us know when we can. I think we need to place an order.
I have.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you all being here.
Can I tell you a story about you started an argument with me and my mom?
Oh, this is freaking cringe. Now, this next part is cringy on Steven's part, but you can tell like Jer just he doesn't. I don't think he really cares about what Steven's about to say. Like, just watch Jer through this whole thing. Steven's about to tell a story about him and his mom, and Jer just looks like he is not. He couldn't care less. Hey, Scripture Shores, how are you?
Accidentally, my mom's French Canadian, right? And she goes, I don't know if I like this coffee because I don't like flavor coffee. So what are you talking about? It's not flavored coffee, Mom. And I think it's the Colombian roast, the kind of pale blue.
Yeah.
She goes,
03,
no, it says vanilla and bourbon. I'm like, Mom, hold on a second. Are these under the tasting notes or is this under the flavor of the coffee? She goes, it says on the bag bourbon. I don't drink bourbon. I'm like, Mom, is it saying the tasting notes are bourbon? And we went back and forth for 10 minutes like an Abbott and Costello routine until finally I had to chase the bag down in the trash can. I'm like, it's the Columbia medium roast, Mom. These are tasting notes like with wine. She's like, well, I can't know. And I threw it out.
It's so cringy and awkward. It's so cringy and awkward. Holy moly.
Flavored coffee.
Yeah. People are divided on that line. Some people really love it. Some people
How
hate
are you,
it.
Scripture?
We offer both.
Yeah.
I'll get you some. I got some new ultra light for you to test too. So
okay,
I'll
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, Jeremy. I appreciate it. And be well, brother. I know we'll probably have some other conversations here off air. And put on some pants. No shit.
His mom's a vampire. Oh, it's funny.
Thanks, Steven.
Bye. God bless.
All right. So Crowder leaves, and then Jer stays on his live stream, I think, for another 30 minutes after this. And he starts recording videos for his channel with his chat there. I don't know why Steven Crowder likes Jeremy. I think that I don't know. I don't know either. So one thing that was really interesting, you guys, as I was kind of digging through all these archives, is Crowder actually had quartering on his show a year later in 2024. And Jeremy actually flew in and went to Crowder's set and actually did the interview in person. If you guys would be interested in watching that one, so that one is, I think when I looked at it, it was like an hour and 15 minutes. So if you guys would be interested in watching that one, I would be more than happy to cut that one down as well. And we could do a react to that as well. He probably paid Crowder to get on. I don't doubt that Jeremy was the one who reached out to Steven for the interview. I don't doubt that at all. Jer left his house. He did. For around a year, the Rumble Live, hi kitty cat. The Rumble Live daily lineup had Crowder at 11 a.m. and Quartering at 2. In the past few months, Crowder no longer shows who is part of the lineup. Gotcha. So probably around this time, they saw it as a good networking opportunity because they were both, kind of like prominently named creators for Rumble at this point. So Crowder probably saw this as an opportunity to, as a networking opportunity, right? Get your name out there to an audience that may not necessarily watch your content. And Jer saw it as an opportunity to glaze Steven Crowder. He's been on Crowder a few times. He looks like a slob. One was a regular show. So yeah, the one I found was the Ash Wednesday episode. So that was the one I was thinking about. I don't know if we'll do another live or if we do like a video, but for it. But yeah, I was thinking about grabbing that if you guys would be interested in watching that as well. Yeah, cut the other Crowder with Jeremy and check out your channel. Thank you, Celtic. I appreciate that. Money, yes, money indeed. All right. We've got about okay. So, like I said, so at this point, Crowder gets off. Jer starts reading news articles to whoever's left. He reads the super chats and then he starts going through news articles like a normal show with his audience. But we have about 6.5 minutes left. I left this part in. I cut it down, but I left it in because Jer brings up some very, very interesting topics that I thought you guys might want to know. So, yeah. Oh, so we're back to tech issues as we're getting off of Zoom. Thank you, Mr. West. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, I am back. So,
I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
What feedback, please?
Okay.
So
let's back it up. Listen to this train wreck of a sentence.
I am back. So, if you're here, what feedback, please?
Jeremy, he couldn't. Hey guys, I'm back. What did you guys think of the interview? What feedback do you have for me? Instead, we got this.
So, if you're here, what feedback, please? I tried to.
It's so bad. I wonder, and this is just a speculation. What was that? I have no idea. Speculation for a second. I wonder if Jer might not have always suffered through a little bit of ADHD or attention deficit disorder. Because I know people who have both ADHD or ADD. And sometimes, especially when there's a lot of overstimulation happening or there's kind of like a lot going on or a lot of things to like pay attention to, you can't always, you know what I mean? It's just, sometimes the words don't always come out the way they are meant to. And I just wonder if, if there wasn't even before the Xanaxes, before the SSRIs, before the drinking, before all this stuff, if there wasn't kind of like this underlying like distraction deficit something going on.
You know, get the top questions done. By the way, if you're here and if you're going to leave now, if you can, please consider leaving a like on the video. Also, there is a link in the description for Coffee Brand Coffee. Promo code Crowder.
And then we're immediately back to grifting the coffee.
I would absolutely love if you help. By the way,
Hi,
this is my
Cat.
company. We're right here in the United States. This isn't some drop ships garbage. We roast our own coffee.
It's not drop shipped garbage, you guys, except that we've clearly proven that it is.
We have our own roasters. We have our own roast master. We have all these flavors and brews and
You mean Mill Creek Coffee Roasters has its own roast master that does this?
everything is, well, our master roaster takes care of most of everything. And then I provide all of the final tweaks on every single flavor that we have.
Do you now?
We're going to have gift baskets. Oh, the Meta PCs link I can add too. But we're going to have gift baskets for Easter, Mother's Day. We've got your Mother's Day stuff.
Look at all these baskets and other things that he was selling. Let me back it up a little bit. Look, he was selling, I don't think he offers half of this shit anymore. I don't think he's selling tea. I think he's still selling cocoa. Ham flavored. Huh. But I don't think he's selling the tea anymore. He's not doing the cold brew. I think he still does Roaster's Choice. He doesn't sell half of this stuff anymore. It's really interesting.
The Meta PCs link I can add too. But we're going to have gift baskets for Easter, Mother's Day. We've got your Mother's Day stuff. Yeah, the tech issues were
Hi, Arthur.
the worst.
Welcome.
Because at least, I didn't make him wait,
So yeah, his chat calls him out for the tech issues at the beginning. So I thought that was pretty funny. His chat actually was pretty on point during this stream, because they called him out for the tech issues, for him being a fence sitter, for they were trying to hold him accountable, and he just he does what he does now, which is he ignored it. So cat's out of the bag, I think. Hi, what are the oranges for?
But yeah, and if you go to videos, I don't think it does it for live streams, but on my regular videos, it shows below. So what do you guys, while I have everyone here, what's on your mind for topics today? By the way, 7 point.
So he I don't know if you guys just heard what he said. He said, what's on your minds for video topics? He used to do this a lot. I don't know if he does it as much these days, but he, in my opinion, was so lazy that he was I'm having my own quartering moment here. Sorry, guys. He was so lazy that he was asking the people in his chat, what stories do you want me to cover? How about you actually look it up? Pre-or DSP maxing? Yes. I got to give him topics. But, yeah, sorry. I had my own quartering moment there. Here's the other thing I wanted to show you guys too. Look how many people he had in his chat for this. He had, and so here's the other thing too. This stream, and this is what I found ironic. This stream was 100% on YouTube. He did not stream this on Rumble at all. When this entire show between him and Crowder was YouTube sucks and Rumble's the best platform ever. Did not stream it to Rumble at all. He uploaded it later to Rumble as a video, but he didn't stream it to Rumble. He streamed it to YouTube so he could collect the super chats on it. I don't think you could do Rumble rants on Rumble at this point, but he did it on YouTube so he could grift and get the super chats and the AdSense off of it. But he had like 9,500 people in his chat and 7,500 likes on the video. These are, he would die to have those numbers again. He would 100% die. to have those numbers again. You're good. Don't worry. The difference since he's been a professional broadcaster for over a decade now. I appreciate you saying that. I'm trying really hard to not have those brain farts, and I know I'm prone to them, so I'm trying really hard to like keep them to a minimum. But these guys get the scraps from real coffee bean traders. Low grade beans need to be flavored, and New York Times has a video on it. Do they? If you have a link to that, Neckbone, could you send that to me? You can send me a message on X. My X is I have it linked. Since you're on YouTube, it's linked in the description. If you can send that to me, I would greatly appreciate it so I can look into it. Ren Fair Safety Team reporting in. Hello, Maintain Rage. Thank you for being here. He'll never see that again. No, he won't. You don't think he actually ever had those numbers? I think that he definitely had a boost in his numbers for this particular stream because he had Crowder on. That's as much grace as I will extend to him. You're more of a pro now than Jer ever was. Oh, thank you, Phantom. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, how are you today? But yeah, I just wanted to pause. I wanted to pause here specifically so I could show you guys kind of how far we've fallen, so to speak, in the quartering verse.
5,000 likes. Amazing job, everybody. If you haven't left a like yet, now would be amazing too. But you can get your coffee either ground or whole bean. Everything's available in both. You can
and then right straight back into the coffee grift.
Which one you want.
Please like my video and then back into the coffee grift.
Prepper, thank you for joining as a member.
Oh, here, let me take down the message. You guys can see this. His chat just totally felts him right here. And they say, I thought your biggest stream was like 18K a few months back.
Yeah, 7.6 thousand likes, 0 dislikes. And no police.
What the heck does he mean by no police? The hell? Let's go back. Because I want to see the felt again too.
Joining as a member. Yeah, 7.6 thousand likes, 0 dislikes.
I think that's a fat lie. I mean, every video is going to have dislikes. It's just like, it's a rule of YouTube. You know, doesn't matter how big or small of a creator you are, you're always going to have at least a few people who are going to dislike your content. And that's fine. Nobody has to 100% like your stuff. But to say, oh, I have no dislikes, that's completely a disingenuous thing to say to your audience. He can't be making much money as of the last month. He definitely is not. He's trying to cope and tell us he's had his best month. Did you guys see his coffee crash out on Friday? Would you guys like to watch the coffee crash out? Because I have 9 raw minutes of Jer's coffee crash out, and it was really it was a treat. When I see CBC, I think of radio and TV networks like here in Canada. Yeah. That makes sense. He's got like 4 items on Amazon saying 50 plus sold this month. If we take his word on $1 a bag, this is it's 100% a terrible statistic. Here's the other thing too. All right, you guys, we'll watch the crash shot next. We'll watch it next, and then we'll watch the Scott Shafer video to wrap it up. But yeah, that's and he wants to get, and Luther mentioned this too, guys. If also shout out Luther Morgan. If you're not subbed to Luther on YouTube, please make sure you go sub to him. He pointed out in the video he did yesterday that if Jer is being honest and that he's only clearing $1 a bag on his coffee right now as it stands while he's in Amazon, what does he think is going to happen when he goes to a retail location like Walmart? He's either going to just break even or he's going to lose money because Walmart is going to want their cut. And it's going to be it makes no financial sense to do that unless you can improve your margins on what you're doing right now. It's really like he's doing it. I know why he's doing it. He wants to get in Walmart for the sake of being in Walmart. He wants to be in Walmart because Black Rifle Coffee Company's in Walmart, and he's jealous. 100%. And he doesn't care. For him, it's about looking successful. He doesn't care if he's going to lose money on it. He just wants to be in Walmart to say that he's in Walmart and he can do it just as good as the other guys. Missy, it's on YouTube. It's the Wall Street Journal. Oh, okay. Inside the NY. Okay. I will look for it. Thank you. Let me see what you guys are saying. Whoa, buddy. Hi, unsupervised behavior. How are you? All right, let's get back into what Jira has to say here.
And no police. The banks things were
It really is.
Get the dual stream going. It did not. I couldn't get it.
So now we're making excuses for why his chat's calling him out for not streaming this on Rumble when this whole like stream was a Rumble blaze with him and Crowder, and they're like calling him out for him not streaming it to Rumble.
I wanted to make sure that the stream happened. It will be available on Rumble though. Like the second I go offline, you'll see it on Rumble. There wasn't much going on at the Oscars last night. I thought that was pretty, let me read some of these super chats if I can.
I'm just calling out the bad behavior.
I assume so. Demon baby joke.
Hold on, excuse me? What was that? Can we back that up 10 seconds? How was your weekend? My weekend is fan-frickin-tastic. I'm hanging out with all of you guys.
Let me read some of these super chats if I can. Can this coffee being used for colonics?
Oh, sorry. Let me turn down my mic. All right, tell me if that's better. I have him cranked as loud as I can. He did say not much in the news today, didn't he? I feel like that's his go-to when he's like lazy and doesn't have the stories just fall into his lap from the sky. He's like, "Oh, there's not much going on, you guys. Not much going on. Not much in the news today."
Let me read some of these super chats if I can. Can this coffee being used for colonics? I assume so.
I think that's probably the only thing they're probably good for, Jeremy.
Demon baby jokes from Texas Monkey. Garrett Barley says, "When are we getting my channel is under attack blind from Coffee Brand Coffee?" Yeah, Ian Young.
So that's the second time that his chat has asked him for my channel is under attack coffee, and he just kind of swept it off. The first time he outright said, "No, we're not doing that." But he's just like, yeah. There's no news ever apart from when there is Schrodinger. Yes. Nothing new to cover. So, how was your weekend, guys? New to the channel? Hi, Noah. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. This is absolutely correct. There's a push in almost every Western country to remove anonymity from the internet over the past couple of weeks. He could run a crusade against us, exposing everything, but he's too lazy to do it. The problem, Abaddon, is that he doesn't. He wants digital ID. He wants everybody's identities to be exposed. He wants a social credit score, and I'll explain to you why. I'll explain it to you in 2 words. Kino Casino. Because of all the shit that happened with Kino Casino and everybody dogpiling him now, he doesn't want people to be able to A-log him anonymously. He wants your name. He wants to know where you live. He wants it to affect your daily life because he thinks in his mind, if You're going to make my life a living hell. I'm going to make your life a living hell too. I used to watch Quartering in the past, and I do vaguely recall him forming topics. Yes. He did that. I remember him doing that a lot back on Twitter. Every night it would be like, "What topics do you guys want for tomorrow's videos?" He's sunsetting. He's confused. He has a problem with words. But yes, you guys are correct. He wants to punish them. He wants to dox all of his trolls. So but that's the thing, is he could do that story, but he's gonna argue that it's a good thing, and it's not a good thing. PPP is gonna be on Jared's ass forever, 100%. Hail Hydra indeed. And you're right, Jared has nobody to blame but himself for all of this. He really has no one to blame for everything that's gone on. I would say through all of the not just this last controversy, but every controversy he's ever been a part of. He has nobody to blame but himself for his actions, but he will never take responsibility for it, and he'll never apologize for any of his actions and mean it. He might give you a half-assed apology to make it look nice and kind of try and smooth it over, but this is why it's important that people keep calling him out and do not take the boot off of his neck, because as soon as that happens, he's going to go right back into taking advantage of people again. He's a pre-snowbird, but we call old timers who go to Florida from the Northeast. Yeah. Celtic, I live in Arizona, and we get snowbirds here every winter. We get them from Canada and from up north, northern parts of US, mostly the western states, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, those places. So I 100% know what you're talking about. Considering several people have commented that when they've stood against him, he's doxed them either in private or public, I'm not surprised he'd be pro-government reducing. Yes. I mean, think about what he did to Yellow Flash. As soon as Yellow Flash called him out, he doxed Yellow Flash's real first name and his picture. And if you've ever seen any of Yellow Flash's content, you know that he doesn't stream with a face cam. He doesn't make his videos with a face cam, and he does voiceover only. And and that's his choice as a content creator to do that. And it's completely unprofessional and a dick move to do that to somebody who wants to try and stay anonymous on the internet. So what's the psychology behind someone who would be a mod for Jeremy? I would imagine it would be somebody who, well, I mean, if you guys have the opportunity to see any of his daily shows, like if you're in with Roger or Roger on Rumble or Raw Quarter Pounder on Kick, if you have the opportunity to come in and join us there, we have a real fun time. We watch Jared's daily shows and make fun of him. It's a good time. But both of those guys put Jeremy's chat up so you can see it as well, and his mods are incredibly they're pieces of work. They're incredibly racist, and for one, they're rude. They just I just think it's somebody, to answer your question, Arthur, I think it's somebody who the person who would be Jeremy's mom would be somebody who is either a true and honest fan like Brad Cool Unlimited, or it's somebody who sees the opportunity to kind of have a tiny bit of power and they can big dick it over people, and they don't care who they don't care who they're supporting to get that tiny little bit of power. That's just my opinion. He stands for nothing apart from getting the most views possible. Yes, 100%. Yes, he put out PPP's full name. He did. He's faux right wing. Yes. I think they are much like how Christian in name only. I think they are. Now, I'm not a political streamer. I hate politics. I hate talking about politics. But because that's his content and we're covering him, what I will say is I think he is just grifting to a conservative base to get their money. And he doesn't really care about what it is that those people care about. No, I think this is a quite I think most people fall into this category as well. Raw Quarter Pounder. Yes, Raw Quarter Pounder on Kick. So okay. Let's no, I believe Brad Cool is I believe Brad Cool is playing a long-term troll. He could be. He definitely will deserve an Oscar if that is the case. But for now, all we know is that Brad Cool Unlimited is a true and honest fan. And we'll see that when we watch the Coffee Crash Out. Let's get through the rest of this. We only have about 3.5 minutes left of this, and then we'll get into Coffee Crash Out.
I have liked Gavin, and I think because he's high profile, they expect a bombastic professional. Will you be releasing SWAT coffee blend? It can be your most intense, aggressive flavor, and you can have it rushed doorstep delivery. Yeah, release SWAT mandatory overnight air delivery.
When was Tim Pool swatted? I don't remember when that happened, where we were in the timeline in relation to this live stream.
Jeremy, please go to Mug Club show so I can ditch YouTube. Well, we'll see.
Red Ass Baboon, thank you for the follow on Kick. I appreciate that. Maybe 2023. I don't remember when exactly it was. But did you guys just catch this? Because somebody in his chat asked him, when he was going to join Crowder's Mug Club network because they wanted to, like, I guess, get rid of their
Air
YouTube
delivery.
Premium or whatever. Listen to what he says.
Jeremy, please go to Mug Club show so I can ditch YouTube. Well, we'll see.
How much you want to bet he part of the reason he did this interview with Crowder was because he's trying to glaze Crowder up to get into his Mug Club. Now, I don't think it ever happened, but it wouldn't surprise me. Let's just put it that way. If that was a motivating factor behind him trying to get this Crowder interview.
Funny, I've got some funny Oscar stuff. I've got a Jordan B. Peterson story. So I think that's pretty good. Otherwise, like, I feel like these past few weeks of news have been kind of slow. But maybe it's just like I was out of this weird like Peterson's going wild.
He can't even finish the thought. He was trying to say about, oh, it's a slow news cycle, or maybe I've just been kind of like out of the loop, but he couldn't even finish that sentence. Holy. Sick content, bro. I know, right? Yeah, he's cuddling Crowder. Yeah. It did. If you consider that Rumble Premium stands in for Mug Club, before Premium, Mug Club did have a few shows, but not as big of a push. Yes. Yes.
Glad you guys are having fun. Now all I have to do is bring on a guy with 6 million subscribers every morning, and I won't have to do 7 standalone videos, and I can just do a live stream.
He wishes.
I'd have to. I think the numbers I did to actually consider a world where I could do like what Steven does in the morning is if I was able to add about 50 new members every single day of the stream, which is actually.
Sir, in what world are you ever going to add 50 new members every single day? Somebody please explain that. Without your narration, I'd be asleep. Oh, I'm glad I'm able to help provide some entertainment for you, Noah. You can be effed up and not realize? 100%, yes.
Actually a totally reasonable number. Like when I do a hard membership push, usually 10 or 20 people join.
This is some premium grade copium. Sir, what are you huffing and where can I get some? More like lose 50 plus members a day. The thing is, Neckbone, is that because he has turned off YouTube, I don't know. Is he still running YouTube members on his main quartering channel? I don't know. I don't pay attention to his YouTube channel. The last I heard, he had turned off members on YouTube and he wasn't pushing Rumble Premium anymore. He was trying to get everyone to join through his website because he didn't want to pay YouTube a cut and he didn't want to pay Rumble a cut. He wanted, it's pure greed. He wanted all of that membership money for himself. So the problem is that I don't think he has enough interest to where that's a viable option. Now, yeah, so let's take YouTube for example, right? So on YouTube, you can gift memberships, right? If your channel is monetized, right? If the channel is monetized and you have the option to offer memberships, he could even if he has a small fan base, he might have within that small fan base 1 or 2 whales, right? Who just want to gift hundreds of memberships. We've seen that on other with other creators, right? Kino Casino, we'll just use them as an example. How many gifted members? I mean, that's probably most of their subscriber base is from people gifting the memberships, right? So when you take the option away for those whales to be able to gift the memberships, yes, YouTube is going to take 30%, but 30% of a large pie, having to give that away is still more profitable than keeping 100% of a little donut. You know what I mean? It's just like, it was such a poor financial decision. I don't know, maintained rage. I genuinely don't. Most people won't use an external site these days. Well, yeah, people are too worried about having their data stolen. And when you have a guy like Jeremy, it's like, how can you trust that he's going to keep your data safe or what he's going to do with your data? Because when you sign up on his website, what do? You have to give your legal name, your address, probably your email address, and then you have to put in your credit card information to pay for the stupid membership. He made every wrong decision. Absolutely. You are 100% correct about that.
If I could if for a month straight, I gained like 50 new members every show at like the $5 level, then after like 90 days, I could just do a big live stream every day and then chop it up into videos. That would be amaze balls.
Think about you're 100% right, Neckbone. Listen to what he just said again. Listen to
after
this.
Like 90 days, I could just do a big live stream every day and then chop it up into videos.
Sir, you're doing that now, except you're not making money from it.
That would be amaze balls. When I bought this house.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to start talking about his house and his mortgage. So I put this in. I thought it was super interesting. If you guys have been watching any of Luther Morgan's videos about the coffee expose, especially on this most recent one, where he talks about Luther talks about Jeremy's financial struggles with his mortgage and stuff. Jeremy's about to start talking about his mortgage now. And keep in mind, as of when this live stream occurred in 2023, he had already moved into that super big house that he's in now with all that land, and he built himself a McMansion during COVID, during the building material shortage, and overspent like crazy on getting his house built. Yes, Luther is a good binge, 100%. Listen to what he's about to say,
I'm
though.
in right now. Last year, I think I think I had 2.75. I think I had 2.
So he got his mortgage when he got his new house at a 2.75 interest rate. Now keep in mind that that interest rate was based, I believe from Luther's last video, it's on an ARM loan. And I don't know if you guys, how familiar you guys are with mortgages and how different loan structures work. But an ARM is a very, very dangerous loan to get. Basically, you only want to get an ARM if you are able to refinance that loan within a year or two. Because what happens on an ARM, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because there's always a chance that I could not have all the correct information. But it's my understanding that with an ARM, if you just let that loan sit there, yes, the interest rate could change. And his interest rate has gone from 2.75, as he says, to now he's up to a 7% interest rate. The interest rate resets and will increase over time. Yes, that is correct. Hey, J. Clem, thanks for being here. Adjustable rate mortgage ARM. Yes. Generally only do ARM if you think rates will decrease when your rate renews. Yeah, and as we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years, is that those interest rates have just continued to go up. And this is important too. With an ARM, you better hope nothing at all changes with your yes. So you could say it could have cost him an arm and a leg, but yes. Yes, it has. And he is in some financial straits right now, because that mortgage amount that Luther showed, that spreadsheet with between his purchase of the land, the construction loan, and the HELOC that he took out, he's carrying like around $2 million worth of debt on that property right now. And so his monthly mortgage payment, just the mortgage payment, is like $10,300 a month. That does not include his payment for his homeowner's insurance, which gets billed, I think, at the same time as the mortgage does, and for his property taxes. He's screwed, you guys. He is absolutely screwed. He is absolutely screwed right now.
75%. 15-year loan, the average rate on a fixed loan right now on March 10th is 6.3%. That's insane. By the way, you're only getting 6.3 if you're like AAA credit or you have a large amount to put down. You're sitting on $100K in equity and done nothing to the home. Well, that's what happened when I sold my house. Okay.
So now he's talking about the house that he was living in before the McMansions. This is the one that he was living in for over 10 years without a mortgage on it.
So it is what it is, right? I bought my house in 2000 and when was it? I owned it for like 10 years or something like that. And I sold it last year. So let's say 2012, 2013, I bought it. I believe I paid either 345, 343 or 363. I think I paid like 360. And then I must have put like 20 grand down or something. I didn't have a lot of money for a down payment. I then sold it 10 years later and did not a single improvement on it other than building a shed for $505,000. And
I'm sorry, you built a shed for $505,000? Is that shed made of gold, sir? What? How do you spend? Now, it could be a misspeak, right? It could be a misspeak. Who knows with Jeremy? How do you spend $500,000 building a shed? even during COVID or whenever he built it. Did he ever have actual money? I don't think so. I think he's just always tried to have the illusion of money. Oh, he sold the property for 505. Okay. So yeah, he didn't misspeak there. Thank you for correcting that. Oh, he's about to answer your question here, Anonymous. Let's let him talk.
Over asking. Was that the Bree Shed or the no? That's the Bree Shed.
It was the Bree Shed.
On my new house, I think it was like 3, but it was a pretty big loan because I had a lot of property too.
And that's the end of our quartering video about Steven Crowder. So yeah. Definitely some interesting stuff there, you guys. And like I said, he took the video down off of YouTube, but it's still up on his Rumble page. So if you guys want to watch the full unedited Rumble, then it is up there on his channel. Spent $300 on a trailer house. It worked. Nice. And yeah, he has been frantically deleting videos. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, let me grab the coffee crash out from yesterday. Woo! And then we'll give this a nice little watch here. His Rumble channel, yes. Yes. Hold on, let me. Where is it? You didn't see it? You're excited? Get ready. Okay, why is this being dumb? Let me close it and reopen it.
Packaging.
Okay. Let's try this again. Share screen. Window, media player. There it goes. Audio. Okay. All right. Oh. My camera's not connecting. What the heck is going on? Hold on. Edit mic settings. Not mic. Edit video settings. Huh. Why did this stop? I pause it and then resume. Guys, give me 1 second here. I don't know why my camera suddenly decided to stop. Let me see if I can fix it. Moji's under attack. All right, hold on. Haha, there we are. I fixed it. Woohoo! Jared's attacking your text. I don't know what the heck happened there. If nothing else, he can still afford the Fireball handle that is less than $20. Yes, that's kind of the unfortunate thing, right? Because alcohol is a terrible thing to be addicted to because it's very cheap, especially here in the States. It's very cheap to get alcohol. Your camera has Jer fatigue. Oh no. I appreciate you guys being so supportive. Sorry for little hiccups there. Okay. So I grabbed this from Raw Quarter Pounder yesterday because that is where we were hanging out during Jer's live stream yesterday. And he was full on crashing out about the coffee. So but yeah, it's all good. It's all good, guys. All right, let's go ahead and have a listen here for those of you who haven't seen this yet.
Headed for grocery store shelves. Everything's growing. It's awesome. I know that MOQs, minimum order quantities.
Okay. So he said in he right before I started recording, he said something about having somebody had asked him a question about some kind of a technical question about ordering coffee, and he said, well, it has to meet an MLQ. And so somebody in his chat said, what's an MLQ? MLQ is, like he just said, minimum order. It's basically a minimum order quantity. It's a specific amount that you have to purchase in order to get like a specified rate, right? So the problem, here's what I said in the chat yesterday, right? Is if you own the company and everything's vertically integrated like you claim, why do you have to make a purchase of a minimum order quantity? If you own everything and you're sourcing everything and you're doing everything yourself, why do you have to make a minimum order? Why do you have to have a minimum amount in your order? Explain that one, Jer. Roger is a blessing. All right, let's keep going. It gets better, guys.
Yeah, help support us. I make about $1 a bag. I'm not getting rich off this stuff. But
if you're not getting rich off of it, why are you doing it? Why? It makes no sense. If it's not worth your time and you're really not making any money and you're struggling to break even, why are you doing it?
The idea was to have a product that is not political in nature, that you can leave out, that you can have your liberal family and friends over and they can sneakily drink the Quartering's coffee. I knew long-term, having something cringe like liberal tears coffee or whatever was never going to sell on the Walmart shelves. And so...
But, and this is his thing, right? He just said it. It's not going to sell on the Walmart shelves, right? That 100% confirms for me that this is a status thing. He's not, if he was really in this business, if he was really in the coffee business to make money at it, he would have leaned into the conservative side of it. He would have made the liberal tears coffee. He would have made the my coffee is under attack roast. He would have done it because his audience would have bought it. But because he didn't do that, because he saw the lofty goal of Walmart, he shot himself in the foot. He really did. And his margins, like I said before, his margins are so low that if he did get into Walmart or another retailer like Target or Kroger or wherever, he's going to lose money on the deal because he's not clearing enough in margins for it to be financially for it to make financial sense. He poops line in Walmart. He has a connection. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right.
That's the goal. You need some blueberry cobbler. Yes, blueberry cobbler is our number one seller. It's by far our most popular. It's not even close. Like it goes blueberry cobbler, strawberries and cream, then a good mix of unflavored, like our Colombian 003 or the number 4 dark roast, silky ultra dark roast, then kind of a smattering of other flavors. But the blueberry is nuts. And you can't get these flavors anywhere else.
I don't think it's necessarily maintain rage. I just want to like piggyback off your comment there. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to have a dropship or a white label product if you're honest with your audience about it, right? If you're honest with your audience and you say to them, hey, I'm offering this product. I think it's a really good product, blah, blah, blah. And then if somebody asks you how it's being done, be like, oh, you know what? I'm working with this company who's fulfilling it for me. They're handling all that stuff. If you send them an email or reach out to them here, they'll be able to answer all your questions. This is just a product that I believe in, support in, and I'm putting my name on this. I think if he would have done that, I don't think he would be getting as much shit for CBC as he has been getting. That's just my opinion.
Every one of these flavors is personally dialed in by me. Well, and my wife. So you can't. You can go buy a different blueberry cobbler, but it won't taste like mine.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know a lot of people think they know how my business operates, but
oh. Are you sure about that, Jer? Are you sure we don't know how your business operates, or are you really just felted and you can't admit it because you have too much pride?
They don't know at all. Yeah, the toffee coffee is very good. Yeah, pick up a bag today and then add on some of those that are 50% off. Then it's cheap. Oh, and by the way, it's also free overnight shipping. If I was drop shipping this stuff, I couldn't afford to do that.
That's not true because he's doing all his fulfillment through Amazon. So Mill Creek is making the coffee, then they're sending it to Amazon, and Amazon is the one that's fulfilling the shipping. So that's a lie right there. Yes, CBC also stands for Cast Brew Coffee. He wants to be like Tim Pool. 100%. 100%. Yeah. So that's a blatant lie because Amazon does your shipping. That's all built in. I'm sure. Now, I am not a seller on Amazon, and it would probably just take a little bit of research to find this out. But I would imagine that he does. I mean, because he does tell us that Amazon takes 30% of the sales for their cut or their fee, right? I would imagine that the shipping, the cost to ship is included in that 30% that they're taking from him.
Show me a dropship coffee YouTuber who's offering free overnight shipping.
Player One Coffee did. They were on Amazon. Just saying.
The Silky Ultra Dark is my favorite. Denise says that's my favorite too. 004, the Silky Ultra Dark. You know what's funny? Here's a fun fact for you.
Tell us, Jer.
I blended that flavor for a very popular comedian.
I don't believe him at all.
Very popular comedian.
No, so a dropship, sorry. So dropship basically means that have you ever heard of white labeling before? So I'll give you a non-coffee example. I used to work for a business that I've worked in the insurance industry for over 15 years. So at one point I worked for a company that offered white label insurance, which meant was we did all the insurance for them, like the customer service, the claims, the policies, all the claim servicing, all of that stuff. We did all that for them, but instead of our name, that company's name being on the policy, the person who was contracting our services, their name was on the policy, right? And they had like a dedicated phone number and a dedicated email address. And so when their customers would contact us about their claims or asking questions about an insurance policy, etc., we would have to address ourselves as this other company rather than our actual name, because that was the business arrangement. That was the contract we had with them. And we obviously took a cut of when they sold policies, we took a cut of the premium sales. And that was kind of like our piece of the pie, for example. So it's very, so when people say drop ship, it's exactly like that. It's a company that's offering a product that they make, they manufacture, they typically do all the customer service on, and then somebody else comes in and slaps their name or their logo or whatever on it instead of the coffee roasting company's name and logo, and they upsell or they charge more for their particular brand, and then the company, the white label company that's doing all the work, they take a percentage of those sales per bag, and then the creator or whoever it is takes home the remainder of what's left. So that's what it is.
And they I mean, and so it was so good. I was like, well, you could sell this. Cool. And well, I'm going to sell it too, because it's so damn good.
He's such a freaking liar, you guys.
Let's see.
Not that we can tell, Noah. Not that we can tell.
Switch modes here.
So actually, to be fair to Jeremy, he owns the name Coffee Brand Coffee, but it's been proven time and time again that he's not brewing it. It's all being done through Mill Creek Coffee Roasters, and he's doing his level best to conceal that fact in his chat. So store brands are also white label. Yes.
Here.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, so thequartering.com/join or pick up some coffee today. It literally goes miles and miles and miles and miles. I did the 002 light roast for the more caffeine. That's also an Ethiopian blend. Very popular. Ethiopian coffee is very, very good. Megan needs to help work on the packaging. No, I think the packaging's great. It's just the 5-pounders, which I have designs for. I just, in the order of operations of things I need to spend money on right now, people who are buying 5-pound bag of coffee doesn't care if it doesn't look pretty. They're like, hey, let me save $15-20. A lot of
and that's fair. Like if you have a product and it's selling well enough as is, and you want to update the packaging, let's say for aesthetic purposes, but it's not really something you have to do at the moment, then yeah, maybe it's not as high of a priority. However, the FDA does require you. Okay, so I think there's been some confusion on exactly what he is required to put on the bags to be FDA compliant. He's required, so for the plain coffee, so he sells plain unflavored coffee and coffee with flavoring, right? So for plain unflavored coffee, he doesn't have to list ingredients, right? Because the FDA does not require that. He does not have to list a nutritional label, right? He does have to list the name and address of the manufacturing facility where the coffee was roasted and packaged. And he, I believe, also has to list the roasting date, right? There has to be a date listed on the packaging of when that particular bag was roasted. I could be wrong about that second part, but I know 100% for a fact, at minimum, he has to list the name and the address of the manufacturing facility. And hey, it's okay to be confused, Mr. West. Don't worry about that at all. That's why we want to make sure, the whole point of this is to make sure that the public is aware that they have a rights as consumers to this information. And then, so that's for the unflavored coffee, right? Now with his flavored coffee, he does, if he does have to disclose if he is using natural or artificial flavorings to get the coffee to be that flavor. Right? And if he's using anything that could be a potential allergen, nuts, corn, soy, milk, right? Oh, all good, Mr. West, all good. But if there are any allergens used to potentially flavor that coffee, whether it's natural or artificial, that does need to be disclosed on the packaging. He also has to list if it's natural or artificial flavoring. He doesn't necessarily have to list every single ingredient, but he has to disclose how that coffee is flavored. And again, he still has to list the name and the address of the manufacturing facility. I bet if you guys have coffee in your kitchen pantries, if you go the next time you go make yourself coffee, look at the packaging on the back of it. It's usually on the back toward the bottom. You're going to see that information there because reputable companies put that information on because it's required. So yeah, check pretty much any food product you have in your house. They likely have the name and the company that makes it and maybe the actual, yes, it will. Okay, let's keep going because it gets better.
By the 5-pounders. Shout out Mountain Man if you're out there.
Kitty butt.
I would let's see. I would never follow. I would never buy Candace a mansion. Well, that's good. That's good. What ingredients are in the bourbon flavor coffee? Well, you can read the website.
Again, the website is not good enough. It has to be on the packaging has to list if it's natural or artificial flavorings. What's the cat's name? This is Oreo because she's black and white. And she's a snuggle baby. But now I picked her up. She's like, no, oh, okay. Are you coming back? Or are you gonna rub yourself on the microphone? You're gonna rub yourself on the microphone, okay. He's gonna end up getting sued. He could end up, yeah. I mean, if somebody seriously gets ill, I mean, somebody like Brittany Benty. Brittany has very clearly said, Kitty, that she has a corn allergy. And if corn is something that's very common here in the States because it's cheap to make. And if corn is anyway used to make a flavoring that's used for his coffee and she were to by chance get sick from that, that's a huge liability issue. I almost named my cat that. Oh, yeah. I can't. My niece named her when I think she was 5 when we got her. So my niece ended up naming her when she was 5. And I was like, all right, well, I guess that's her name now. So.
I'm on the site. What's your code? There's no code. It's my company. I own it. So you don't even need, like, it's my company. So I need any.
So the code he's referring to, a couple of, I don't know if it was like a week ago, a few streams before, when he was plugging his Kona coffee and trying to get people to buy the Kona, he was logged into Amazon and he accidentally showed that he had bought the bags of Kona or bought 8 bags of coffee. Because you know how sometimes when you buy from Amazon, if you've bought something before and you go back to that page, Amazon will say, oh, you've bought this X amount of times before. Well, that's what had happened. And he got called out for it. And they're like, people are like, well, why are you buying your own coffee? And so I actually made a video about this. It's not the most recent video. It's not the video talking about the decaf and the Swiss water process. It's the video right before that on my channel, if you guys want to go watch it. That basically disproves everything he's about to say about this creator code or this owner's code. You're not supposed to, and it's directly on Amazon's seller policies. You're not supposed to, if you're the owner of a product, you're not supposed to buy your own product through the front-facing customer page because it's against Amazon's policies. The reason it's against Amazon's policies is it's because it could potentially manipulate the sales numbers. You could potentially manipulate and leave false reviews on the products. There's several different reasons why you're not supposed to do that. Amazon does give a process. So he said he bought his coffee to either have it on hand or to give it out as gifts to his family, right? That's what Jeremy is claiming. The thing is that Amazon has a very specific process for that. And for Jeremy, because he has said out of his own mouth that that Amazon is doing all of his fulfillment, right? They're doing all of his shipping. So, what he would have to do is log into his seller's page, and he would have to request the inventory, however many bags of whatever he wanted. He would have to request that through the back end of Amazon rather than buying it on the store-facing page. It's in Amazon's seller's policy, which is available on Amazon's website. The reason, and it's actually cheaper to do that way, because then all you're paying is the cost for Amazon to ship it back to you, which is less than what he's charging for his coffee. So him buying it through the website, if it's truly for a legitimately above board purpose, is completely stupid. It's a stupid financial decision because you can do it through the back end. You spend less money doing it that way. So, but if you guys want more details on that, go check out that video on my channel.
Anything you buy there goes directly to the team here. It's not another company, it's mine. Anyone else going to see Pressure this weekend? I don't know what that is, but I do know that there's some sort of car thing going on this weekend, and then there's something called Smoke on the Water in Wisconsin. Oh, he's talking about Amazon code. There's no code. You just get the price. The 50% off is just already set on the price. You don't need a code.
Oh, who is that? That just got banned. Hold on.
Off is just already set on the price. You don't need a code.
Okay. Carl Ovac says Mill Creek Coffee has overnight shipping. And then watch what happens. Ban. Just a straight up ban. Because he's trying to he's hiding the truth from you guys. He's trying to cover up how his company works, and he's trying to deceive his customers. And the fact that he keeps getting called out on it, there's cat hair in my face now. The fact that he keeps getting called out on it, he's just banning anyone who's just pointing out the truth. Stop the question askers. Yes, absolutely.
See, I was looking on there. I don't see a list of ingredients for that one. Your son has serious. Well, you can email me. I know why you're asking that question.
Do you?
But there is, it's just coffee beans and flavoring. That's what it is. So if you have a specific thing that you need me to check, that if it's a part of the flavoring, you can email me and I will check.
Why don't you tell them to email the CBC email? Why do they have to email you specifically? Unless there's nobody actually managing the CBC email.
Happy to do that.
I'm just speculating though, guys. I don't know.
Let's see here. Pressure. It's a World War II movie starring Brendan Fraser. Oh, he's talking about the. Oh, what's my code? Yeah, sorry, I can't do that. I buy my own coffee because
It's a lie. If he's actually doing that, then he's going against Amazon sellers policies, and he could actually lose his Amazon store if he is telling the truth here. Either way, it's bad. Either he's lying to his customers or he's actually doing it and he could get booted from Amazon.
I get it faster. So I use a special store owner's code for that. But sorry, I can't give that one out.
There's no store owner's code. The freaking Cope laugh. He thinks he's so much smarter than everyone else. This is why you don't piss off the internet as a collective whole. Because there are people out there, you don't know what people do in real life, right? You don't know what people's backgrounds are. You don't know what their work experience is like. You don't know if you're potentially pissing off somebody who is a regulator or knows this shit inside and out, backwards and forwards. And you're going to sit here and cope laugh and act like you're better than everyone. Piss off.
Wouldn't it be more efficient to have that on the listing? What? I know why you're asking, low tier. I know who you are. I know where you're from. But I know you think you guys, there are some people that were like, oh my God, we got to call the FDA. The FDA does not regulate coffee, you fucking retards.
Yes, it does. It's a food. The name of the agency is the Food and Drug Administration.
Fun fact. All these people tried to bring my coffee company down, and all we did was have a record month in sales. So thanks.
I would like to see proof of that, please.
For that. Retards.
Thanks
for that.
Show the proof.
Best
Show
month
me the
in
proof.
a long time.
I highly doubt that.
You don't have to list every little chemical, every little ingredient or chemical on coffee.
So again, he's trying to bait and switch here. It's like how I explained it earlier. If it's just straight unflavored coffee, you don't have to list anything. The flavored coffee is a different story. He does have to list if the ingredient, if the coffee is naturally or artificially flavored, and if there's a potential allergen like nuts or soy or whatever that is used to flavor the coffee, that has to be disclosed. Regardless if the coffee is flavored or not, he has to list the name of the manufacturing facility and the address of the manufacturing facility. So his whole cope here is he's going to try and say that he knows everything and we're wrong, but I would beg to differ,
not
sir.
The law. I know people on the internet think they understand how it works, but that's not how the FDA actually works. Yeah.
Do you work for the FDA, Jeremy Hambley?
The FDA does not regulate coffee, you fucking morons.
Yes, it does.
Do you know anything about the Backrooms movie coming out today? No, but I want to see it. I hope it's not disappointing. Usually A24.
No, it actually doesn't. I actually have a bag of his coffee. Would you guys like to see it? I bought a bag of decaf for my latest video. I have it. Would you guys like to see it? Because I can show it to you and I can show that I can tell you guys exactly what's wrong with it.
Or is it's more hits than misses, so I'm excited
to
see it.
I'm gonna leave you with
it
Hambley for a
has,
second.
Like it actually could stink, And again, for all the tards, no, coffee does not undergo any kind of FDA approval process because the FDA regulates it as a food product, not a drug.
Okay, I'm back.
I watched the documentary.
Okay, we're gonna back up for a second, but before we do that, I'm gonna show this to you guys first. Okay. I bought this for research purposes for my last video. Go check that out if you guys haven't done so already. Decaf coffee, right? Plain unflavored coffee, right? It's not a flavored product. It's just regular old decaf coffee. Okay. There's the front of the bag. There's the bottom of the bag. Right? By the way, that QR code, I'll hold it up here if anyone wants to pause it and grab it. It's a dead QR code. It doesn't go anywhere. No information on the back, right? No manufacturing information, no date on when this was roasted. Side of the bags, no information, right? Here I am drinking right now a lovely Sprite Zero mango citrus, right? And on my can of Sprite Zero, if you guys can see, it's really small, but like right over here, the light, is the name and the manufacturing facility information. On my Sprite Zero, because it's considered a food item. Let's back this shit up so I can yell at him some more. Oh, he pisses me off, you guys. I normally don't swear. I usually don't like swearing, but Jeremy, he makes me rage.
The A24 is it's more hits than misses, so I'm excited to see it. But it also has like the
yeah, they do.
It actually could stink, you know? And again,
I hide it
for
well,
all
thank
the
you.
tards, no, coffee does not undergo any kind of FDA approval process because the FDA regulates it as a food product, not a drug.
Okay. We're going to NASA enhance this for a second for you guys. I'm going to take myself off the screen because this is important. I'm actually going to, I'm going to take this down too. Let's pay attention to what Mr. Hambly is not telling you. Okay. Does the FDA regulate coffee? Coffee does not undergo a formal FDA approval process. That is correct. But because the FDA regulates it as a food, not a drug. That part is correct. But like I said, let's pay attention to the part that he does not tell you. However, the FDA officially recognizes standard black coffee as a safe and healthy beverage that must meet strict federal manufacturing and label standards. It's still subject to manufacturing and label standards. What does this bag not have? What does it not have? Manufacturing and correct labeling. Anywhere. Okay? He felt it himself in his Google search. Let's keep going. He pisses me off, you guys. He thinks he is so freaking smart. He is the dumbest person I've ever seen.
Documentary on the internet. I'll show him. I'll make him put a sticker on the bag. That'll show him. Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, we won, internet. Okay. Yeah. We put a sticker on the flavored coffee.
Oh, no, it basically means that like if you're caught staring at the felt means like everything, like you got the rug pulled out from under you, or like you were like proven wrong, or like you were shown that something was not correct. Crash out alert. Yeah, it's a full blown freaking crash out.
It cost me 1/1000th of a penny. Congratulations. Had the
Okay, well then do it. Get your freaking bags compliant so people know what the heck it is
best
that
month
they're
ever.
buying. I doubt that.
We got him, guys.
X to doubt.
So yes, there is a sticker on the bag now, which was never required.
Yes, it is.
Never required by Amazon. But we'll put it on
Yes, it is.
there. I'm sure we'll get a lot of those people that thought they were going to bring my company down to buy my coffee now. Anyway, there's your clip of the week, guys. Okay. Do you do a voice for South Park? No. I want to support you, bro, while not giving my son a serious allergic reaction. Oh, dude, of course. Again, email me, TheQuartering@gmail.com, or
That is not the correct way to do it. Okay, I can't listen. There's 18 seconds left. I can't watch that anymore. Holy. All right.
or hello at Coffee Brand Coffee. And
Let's do you guys still want to watch the new video that came out? Where the heck is it? Stuff for us? Yes. Yes, indeed. The Scott Shafer video. This is the one that just came out yesterday. All right. Cool. I have not seen this yet, so it's going to be a blind reaction from me. So let's see what we can see. The heck? All right. Well, it's messed up my mic again. That's great. Or not my mic, but my camera. Add it. Okay. So that's up. All right. Let me fix this again. Hold, please. One second. There we are. Yeah, it happened. It looks like it's happening when I'm trying to share the screen. I don't know why it's doing that. Trev, he reactivated his quartering account, but I don't think he's actually tweeted anything yet. I think he said he was going to reactivate it so he didn't lose the handle, but I don't think he's actually used it. So he did? Shut up, really? Oh, shoot. He did. Wow. Wow. In my reasons, yep. Well, I like to keep track of what's going on, Interesting. All right. I also don't have premium I don't have premium here, so there might be ads and we're just gonna have to suffer through those.
Under fire for a number of issues, ranging from content theft.
Hold on.
Over the past few months, a large commentary YouTuber named TheQuartering has come under fire for a number of issues, ranging from content theft, the possible illegal way he operates his merch company known as Coffee.
Oh shoot, he's got a coffee brand coffee bag. And all the comments are positive. Yep. Oh shoot, he's got coffee brand coffee. Let's go.
Coffee, and his apparent attempt to silence and take down the YouTube channels of some of the biggest critics who have called him out. I wanted to look into these claims to see what I could find, and unfortunately it seems like this guy is far worse than I initially believed. The first thing I want to address is his very blatant and ongoing content thievery that TheQuartering, whose real name is Jeremy, is doing. His main channel videos are him mostly just reading other people's articles, and for the most part, whether you agree with his takes or not, that content is mostly fine.
Yeah, I mean, because even if he's reading it, I believe it still falls under fair use, right? Because if you're reading it and he's providing a minimal amount of commentary on it, even though it's incredibly lazy, it's still fair use.
The real issue of content thievery lies in Jeremy's shorts content. He posts multiple shorts a day, and that is nothing but stolen footage where he puts the bare minimum effort of throwing a few seconds of him in the short at the start to make it seem like he's adding to the content in some way when...
What are the oranges for, chat?
He really isn't doing anything at all.
We have an education problem in this country. Yikes, check this out.
There is an O, yeah.
The other thing about this too, if you guys watch his shorts, these are all old shorts. This is all old content. When did Pat Sajak retire? It was a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
This is old.
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Now that short I showed you has him in it for a total of 4 seconds, and then plays over a minute-long clip from the TV show Wheel of Fortune. Not once does Jeremy appear on screen or react to the content in any way after that. He just blatantly steals the clip and does the bare minimum to slightly change it so it doesn't get flagged as stolen content, and uploads it as his own. This isn't an isolated incident either. He has uploaded thousands of these shorts all the same way, with him being on the screen for just a few seconds, and then the stolen content played without any edits.
We have a loneliness epidemic out there, and it's real. Check this out.
He just mushmouthed his way through that, by the way. Back it up.
We have a loneliness epidemic out there, and it's real.
Epidemic. Loneliness epidemic.
Check this out.
I have a picture.
Yeah.
Toxic parent or good parent? I think a good one. Check this out. Surveillance is everywhere. Be aware. Check this out. This is what happens when the FBI knocks on your door over social media posts. Yikes. Check this out. I think streaming was a mistake. Check this out. Yeah, crazy people are everywhere, and this one's nuts. Check it out.
Just getting ready to...
Webster's Dictionary.
It's every short. It's every short. And it's not just on the Quartering channel. It's on the Jeremy Hambley channel. It's on the MTG or the Magic the Gathering, or what's it called now? Unslaved Media. It's all over that channel. He's doing it on all of his channels. Something's going on with his left eye, you think? Maybe. He makes videos the way I smile for my picture at DMV. Yes. Yes.
Defines FAFO as the following video. Check this out. It's definitely time to bring back shame. Check this out.
It's my opinion that we need to...
This Karen couldn't believe someone fought back. Look, check this out.
Yeah.
This is by far some of the worst content theft I have ever seen on YouTube. Now, years ago, I did a video on singer Jason Derulo, who after the pandemic turned his YouTube channel into a shorts reaction channel. At the time, his content theft was some of the worst on the platform. He would reuse the same clip of himself copy-pasted into thousands of stolen shorts, and was making tens of thousands of dollars a month doing this. After doing some research, Jason seems to have only 3 clips of himself that he has just copy-pasted onto every single video he steals to make it look like he's reacting to it. The first clip is of him in a cutoff
I think a lot of them are Neckbone. I think a lot of them are. I know that they're using TheQuartering in a lot of them. I don't know if they're using if they're saying Jeremy Hambley though, but I know his SEO for Jeremy Hambley on YouTube is pretty bad as well.
shirt and a baseball cap. The second clip is of him shirtless walking on a treadmill and smiling. And the third copy-paste video is of him eating from a bag of Sour Patch Kids and then making a surprised face. Now, at the time, I thought that was the most low-effort content theft out there, but Jeremy takes it to a whole new level and makes Derulo look like a saint, since Jeremy can't even...
Imagine your content thievery being worse than that.
bothered to paste himself over the entire short like Jason did. The only thing Jeremy does is paste his watermark over the entire stolen content, which is a huge pet peeve for me personally, because I don't like when content creators watermark content they don't actually own. Now, believe it or not, there is an ethical way to do reaction shorts to content you don't own, and I talked to one of the biggest shorts reaction channels named Stanimus to show how Jeremy could ethically react to others' content without being a content thief. We'll take a look at Stanimus' response after a word from today's sponsor. Dealing with big wireless usually feels a lot like a full-time job you never actually applied for.
All right, we're gonna skip through the ad.
9%. Whether you're at home or you're out in the, you can grab a 3, 6, or 12 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes today. Check out the link pinned below. New customers can respect their customers. You can ethically react to shorts and not steal from people. Stanimus is one of the largest shorts reaction channels on YouTube and gets 40 million views a month reacting to other people's content. However, he doesn't steal any content at all and actually reaches out to all the owners of the content he reacts to before making a video to get permission from them. Any large channel like Jeremy who wants to use other people's content as shorts should be doing this as well. Stanimus sent over a short video showing the lengths he actually goes to get permission to react to all the content.
Hello everyone, Stan Price here, also known as Stanimus. Scott asked me to show you guys what an ethical reaction channel looks like, and I'm more than happy to do that. So for my reaction channel, a lot of people don't know, I actually do get permission for all these videos on my channel. For the most part, we have some pre-approved.
I think it's pretty awesome that he actually reaches out to the creators to get their permission. I think that's it's a very, like you said, it's a very ethical way to do it. I think it's a very above board way to do it because I mean, shorts are so easy to rip off. They really, really, really are. But yeah, also you just react like a human being. Yes. You need permission to react. Not necessarily, Mr. West. It's more of like a courtesy, right? Like you can reach out to someone and say, "Hey, I saw your short. I really liked it. Is it cool if I react to this and put this on my channel?" I think it's a very above board way of doing it. You don't necessarily need the permission though. You just need to make sure it's within fair use and those fair use permissions, which means that you take that original content source and you transform it into something else. So you add commentary or and that's the way a lot of reactors do it. They'll add commentary or they'll provide their opinion on stuff when they're referring to the original source material. You get what you meant? Yeah, okay. Just checking. He pretends to do a favor to the people for whom yes. I think you're right. I think in his mind he thinks he's doing them a favor by platforming their content. However, if that was really true, then why does he not credit? Because the thing about Jeremy, from what I understand, he's not crediting the original creator of that short. He's just posting his quartering watermark or whatever watermark on top of the content, making it look like his, and he's not providing credit for the original source. Because like for me, right, when I do my videos, every single video that has a in the description, I will have a Google Doc with that has a source list. So every resource I use to help me create that video in the way that it is. So it could be books, it could be news articles, it could be magazines, it could be online websites, it could be other YouTube videos, whatever it is I'm using. Every single time I make a video, there's always going to be a Google Doc for you guys to access so you can see where that original material is coming from. And then I always try to source and credit people on my in the actual video. Like if I'm using their videos in my video, I'll always make sure that that is sourced so you guys know where to get that original content.
Type of rules, but we're mostly talking about like somebody shot a video with their phone, or somebody came up with an idea for a YouTube video and like planned it out and shot their idea for a YouTube video.
It's not very much, Arthur. Shorts, you don't make money on shorts. You from what I understand, shorts are good promotional material for your channel, right? So shorts are really good for getting people to view your channel, view your content, but you don't necessarily make money from them if you're monetized. He should have it in, but he very clearly does not. But and Mr. West, you are 100% correct here. The flagging that Quartering does to others could easily be done to him for stealing shorts. Yes. Shorts makes it harder to share links, so he'd have to include @names, which may not even be from YouTube. It's shady. It is 100% shady. I believe so that the one that's memed, right? The what are the oranges for? I believe that one was from TikTok, not YouTube. And I believe he's ripping most of these from X, is what I heard. I don't know that information for 100% certainty, but my understanding is he's ripping most of these from X. And it's very easy to just, if you ever watch a video on X, I think it's pretty easy to go in and download the video itself, and just grab it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where he's grabbing most of them from.
Somebody owns the copyright at the end of a video, and we track down who they are so we can ask them permission. Hey, can we use your video in a reaction channel? And we throw in, we'll watermark you in the video and we'll tag you in the title. Here you can see, here's some videos I've used recently. And here's some unused videos that are ready to go. These people have been contacted and they have given us a yes. They said, yes, you can use our video. Sometimes they have special instructions. Well, you know, a lot of times people want to have a link after it's posted. We'll send that to them because they just want to see it. Here's a bunch of videos where we are waiting for a response. We've sent out messages. We said what we wanted to do. And these are pending. We have follow-up messages sometimes. Here's a bunch that we're working on right now. Here's somewhere we can't figure out who originally owns it. I have a couple of people that help me with this full time. It's a lot of work, but it really is just the right thing to do as a.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. And I think that the fact that this guy is willing to put in all of this extra work to go to do this and make sure it's done correctly, I think that speaks a lot to his character as a content creator. He doesn't have to do all of this, but I think that the fact that he is doing it is pretty awesome.
Reaction channel, in my opinion.
But the Quartering should be doing the same as well. He has the funds to hire people to appear on his channel, as he.
I'm gonna hard disagree with you on that one, sir. I don't think he has the funds for much of anything anymore. I think he's pissed most of his money away on his coffee company, and Fireball, and Cybertrucks, and Funko Pops, and Legos.
He employs Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire on his live stream channel, and he's talked about having a shorts guy who makes the shorts for him. If he has the funds to do all of this, then he has the funds to hire someone to get permission to use other people's content as well.
RC courses, yes. Yeah, he doesn't have the funds anymore. He did at one point when all of those things were correct and his grift was up and nobody was looking into him and nobody was paying attention to what he was doing and he was making money. Yes, he did have the money and the funds to do everything ethically. But what do we know about Jeremy Hambly at the end of the day? What do we know, chat? He's lazy. He's going to do the bare minimum possible to collect the most amount of money. Even if he had the money still to hire extra people and do all of this, he is not going to. This requires effort. Doing all this background research, doing everything that shorts guy was doing. He's not going to do it. He's too lazy. He just wants to put in the bare minimum effort to get the maximum result, and whatever comes out of the slop trough is good enough for him. That's the type of content creator we're dealing with, and not someone who is wanting to ethically source their original material.
But there's no inclination that he is actually making any attempt to do that. A 2 million subscriber YouTube channel puts him in the top 0.05% of all creators on the platform, and it's unacceptable for such a large creator to blatantly steal from other content to grow their channel. To make matters worse, pretty much all of his growth over the past year or so has come exclusively from his stolen shorts content.
Yes.
If you use a site like ViewStats, it shows a breakdown a creator is getting from shorts and long-form views, and 85% of his views now come from.
Oh my. Look at this graph. This is just the last 28 days, you guys. And this is the long form views. Oh my. Oh my. That's bad.
From stolen short content. Without this content, Jeremy would most likely be losing subscribers at this point, so it becomes clearer why he is leaning so hard into shorts, since it keeps his subscriber numbers growing. This type of blatant theft would get a channel deleted if it was in long-form videos, but for some reason YouTube allows this to continue in shorts. It needs to stop, and I do hope that Jeremy eventually realizes he needs to stop doing this. Even Jason Derulo eventually.
He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop until he's either like, this is going to end if YouTube takes action. This is going to end in Jeremy's channel getting demonetized. It will. It will end in him if YouTube decides to finally take action on him stealing content. At minimum, they're going to demonetize his quartering channel. And if that happens, he then cannot go to the Jeremy Hambly channel, for example, or Unsleeved Media, and keep making content and AdSense off of that. Because when you have multiple channels like that, and you get demonetized on one of them, you cannot make monetized content on the other ones. It's against YouTube's policy.
Stop stealing shorts, and now all his new shorts are just him, so who knows? Maybe Jeremy will stop if enough people call him out for doing this. Next, I want to talk about his coffee company named Coffee Brand Coffee, which he created a number of years ago to be able to sell a product directly to his audience, and claimed it was also because he was sick of companies becoming too political, so his coffee company would always remain neutral. It appears that
I'm actually kind of hyped to see what he has to say about Coffee Brand Coffee.
Jeremy is not operating his coffee company correctly and has been dishonest about where and who is making his coffee.
Really? You don't say.
Many times on his channel that his team brews the coffee and it's not a white label product of some other company.
We roast our own beans. This isn't some drop.
There are so many videos like this. There's so many videos of him just being like, We don't drop ship our product. I roast my own beans. My staff works for me. Blah 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 blah. All
We
the
have our own
same
fulfillment
spiel.
facility. We have our own
Mhm.
customer service. I personally dial in every single blend when it comes
Sure
down
you
to the
do.
flavor and how long it's roasted, what temperature it's roasted, the level of darkness. I'm deeply involved.
If Jeremy has his own facility making the different coffee blends he sells, this should be registered with the FDA, and his facility should be on file. It should also list the address on any food product sold, but multiple people who have ordered his coffee have said that information isn't on there, and the
Imagine having to list the manufacturing facility on the bags of coffee.
company's facility addresses isn't listed anywhere on his website as well. The entire thing seems incredibly shifty and seems like he's trying to hide that he's just white labeling someone else's product since he won't tell anyone where his facility actually is. Another YouTube
Yeah, he's banning people in his chat if they ask that for that information, which is crazy behavior.
YouTuber named Luther Morgan has done a bunch of
Hey, shout out Luther.
videos looking into this to try and find where Jeremy makes his coffee, and at one point even bought some of TheQuartering's coffee from his Amazon store. Once it arrived, the packaging didn't provide any information that helped identify where it was from. Now, I decided to see if I could find out, so I bought some coffee directly from the Coffee Brand Coffee website.
Oh, shoot. Here we go.
To see where
This is what I did, by the way. When I sorry. I bonked the mic. When I bought this, I bought it from the Coffee Brand Coffee website directly, not Amazon. Because I wanted to see if I could tell where it was coming from. And surprise, surprise. Nothing. I'm gonna go let my dog out, you guys, but I'm gonna let the video play. I will be right back. 1 second.
it would be shipped from. I did
What was the price? The bag I bought, this was $18 plus tax for 12 ounces of ground coffee, which is wild. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna let my dog out real quick so she can go to the bathroom.
this because buying from Amazon means they have the product in their warehouse and it just ships from them. So buying directly from Jeremy's website should give me more info. The tracking info told me the item was shipped from Phoenix, Arizona, and once the item arrived, I could see the return address on the box was listed as 3626 East Southern Avenue, Suite 2, Phoenix, Arizona. I looked up who is operating at that address, and it came up as a company called Midstate Machinery, and they are in Suite 2 like the return address was listed.
Okay, hold on. Let me back up because I was in the other room listening to this. Hold on. This was not on my packing slip. Because I got a packing slip too. Hold on. Full screen mode. This is what I got with my order from Coffee Brand Coffee. I got this. Just this little slip. I didn't get anything like that. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. Sorry, I had to run back in here and say that. Looks like drop shipping. Yep, it sure does. All right, let me go get my dog. 1 sec.
3626 East Southern Avenue, Suite 2, Phoenix, Arizona. I looked up who is operating at that address, and it came up as a company called Midstate Machinery, and they are in Suite 2 like the return address was listed as. I reached out to the company and asked if they had a Coffee Brand Coffee company sharing the location with them, and they had never heard of the company, so I really don't know what to make of why my return address for the coffee I ordered links back to a business that has no connection to TheQuartering's coffee company.
Okay, I have a theory. So here's my theory about this. Because this is new information. I have not watched this video yet, so I didn't know this was in here. I think that actually let me do a quick Google real quick. So we've got Meta PCs in Phoenix, and what's the name of this company? Midstate Machinery Company. hold on. What's the address? 3626 East Southern Avenue, Phoenix. Okay. Oh, interesting. Hold on, let me show this to you guys. Hold on. Let me show this to you. 1 second. Every freaking time it takes my stupid camera down. All right, I'll fix the camera in a second. Let me DAS it enhance and show this to you guys. Okay. Meta PCs. So Meta PCs is where I went, right? This is where I went because this was the address that was listed on Copy Brand Copy's now defunct trademark paperwork, right? This is the location I visited. This location that was listed on Scott's return shipping label is about 3 miles away. So I'm curious. Wait. Can we? All right. Well, it's an industrial. It's an industrial warehouse. Huh. Huh. Very, very interesting, you guys. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to share that with Luther because I don't think he knows that. All right, hold on. Let me fix the camera. There we are. Hello, we're back. All right. Let me get our video. Okay. The stream is still on. Yeah, we're almost done though. We're on our we're just wrapping up. We're going through the Scott Shafer video, and then we'll probably call it for tonight.
Suite 2, Phoenix, Arizona. I looked up who is operating at that address, and it came up as a company called Midstate Machinery, and they are in Suite 2 like the return address was listed as. I reached out to the company and asked if they had a coffee brand coffee company sharing the location with them, and they had never heard of the company, so I really don't know what to make of why my return.
All right, hold on. It's still all funky. Hold on. All right, there we go.
Address of the coffee I ordered links back to a business that has no connection to the TheQuartering's coffee company. Sounds incredibly shady to list the wrong address on slips, so people don't know where your company is really located.
Out of curiosity, what was the address on the slip in your box and the one on the shipping label on the box? So I didn't get a box. It came in a manila envelope, like a padded manila envelope, and there was no return address label on the manila envelope. It was just my name and address of where it was supposed to be delivered to. What I got, so all I got in that manila envelope was this and this little slip thing here. It has no information on it other than what I bought, which was the decaf coffee. Oh, double audio? Okay. Double audio from the video or double audio from my mic? Maybe, Rachel. That would definitely be something to look into. Actually, I'm gonna write it down. Okay. On the video. Okay. Okay, I muted the video. It might also be coming through my mic. All right, let's see if this works. Tell me if you guys can hear
Okay
this.
with that. Now, I did some more digging, and the location in Suite 1 is a company called Kintetsu World Express, which is a freight forwarding company. So it seems like
Oh,
he is
hold on.
using this company to forward his packages and doesn't actually operate out of this business complex. And for whatever reason, it was just
Better? Okay. Thank you for letting me know, by the way. Awesome. All right. So so right next to that address in Suite 1 is Kintetsu World Express, right? So according to the Google search, it's a major Japanese global freight forwarding and logistics company. That's not sus at all.
his packages and doesn't actually operate out of this business complex.
Wait, let me
and
hold
using
on.
this company to forward his packages and doesn't
Yeah.
actually operate out of this business complex. And for whatever reason, it was just marked as Suite 2. Now,
I think I'll be honest. So when I did my coffee order, I made sure I did it on the Coffee Brand Coffee website, and I made sure to use Shopify, because on the Coffee Brand Coffee website, it tries to push you to doing it through Amazon, right? But it gives you the option. You can purchase through Amazon or Shopify. I picked Shopify through to do my order. But then when I got the email with the tracking information on it, it it said that it was being shipped through the Amazon network. So I don't know how true this Kintetsu thing is that Scott's talking about. Personally, I think that it's being shipped through it's all getting routed eventually through Amazon. And it's all coming from Amazon somewhere, but we're not being like, I don't understand why it has to be such a big grand mystery of where the heck these products are coming from. I think that consumers have the right to know where their food and beverages are coming from so they can make an informed decision about what they want to consume. I think that is a completely, now don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm not a political person at all, and I'm not a fan of government regulation for the most part, but when it comes to food safety, I think that is something that is very important that needs to be. I just feel like people have the right to know. If people want to know where their food and drinks are coming from, I think they have a right to have access to that information. That's just my personal opinion on it.
the bag that was sent to me exposed that Jeremy is not running this company correctly. Every coffee bag must list 3 things to comply with FDA rules. It must first have a statement of identity telling what's inside the bag, which the packaging I received did. Second, it must have net quantity of contents, which it does, stating it's 12 ounces. And finally, it must state the name and place of business. The product does not list anywhere on the packaging where this business is located, making it non-compliant with FDA labeling rules. While plain coffee doesn't need nutritional labels, if your coffee has additives like flavoring, then that information must be on the label as well, and none of that is listed anywhere on the package. It doesn't even have a sell-by date on the packaging either. Any food-based product needs to have a business address listed on the packaging, and just grabbing a few other items I had in my house, they all show the business address. The creatine supplement I have show the business address. Even the cat treats I have show the business address. This is business 101, and for some reason, he's been selling his coffee for years, being non-compliant with basic FDA packaging guidelines.
That is because he is so boring that nobody actually paid attention until he freaking nuked himself with Flagging Kino Casino.
Now, there has been a bunch of people who have tried to find.
None of this would have ever happened if he had just, I don't know.
Where Jeremy is packaging.
You
his
guys
coffee.
know what I mean.
And while there are a few theories, no one has been able to crack the case as of yet. I do have to give credit to Jeremy for hiding his tracks so efficiently, but ultimately he is operating illegally by not labeling his packaging correctly, and that needs to be fixed. I have no idea how this coffee company has been able to operate for years like this. It's truly baffling to me.
Because nobody paid attention until now, that's why.
Now, finally, I want to talk about Jeremy apparently attempting to silence his critics. One of the main channels that has been attacking Jeremy is known as Kino Casino, who do a live stream on Kick. They also have a backup YouTube channel with a lot of the clips from the live stream. And when these guys started going after Jeremy, he made threats about going after their channel. And then magically, shortly after, their channel was deleted by YouTube. Another creator, Nicholas Diorio, made a
Rachel, you bring up a good point here. Literally go look at any product in your kitchen pantry. Flip it around, look at the back toward the bottom. It's going to have that information on it. It's literally anything else except Coffee Brand Coffee has this information on it.
Video covering TheQuartering, and then his video on him was hit with a harassment violation. Now, there is no direct evidence that Jeremy is the one doing these takedowns, but from the past threats he's made, a lot of people think he's behind it. I'm not a fan of anyone.
If he did not do it directly, he lit the fuse for it to happen and gave permission to people to anonymously go and do it because they knew that Jeremy would get the blame for it. So, in essence, it is his fault. 100% it's his fault because he put it out there that it was okay to do.
Trying to take down valid criticism. I had that happen to me recently when a dentist filed a trademark lawsuit to get my video about him taken down. Doing stuff like that will only bring more attention to the story, and I do hope that if Jeremy is actually doing this, he stops, because it will only lead to more and more people dogpiling him as they believe he is trying to silence his critics. It's
called the Streisand effect.
Streisand effect, and never ends up working.
Thank
Let me know
you.
what you think about this whole story, from the blatant content theft to the non-compliant coffee brand. Do you think ordering is getting way too much hate from critics?
So that is Scott Shafer's video. I will post it in the chat for you guys. So you can go and review that if you would like to do so on your own. But I think that is going to wrap it up for us today. Holy moly, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and having a few laughs and enjoying all of the things. So I appreciate y'all. Don Jerson, I was capos to playing. I mean, it seems that way. It seems that way. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you leave a like on the video on your way out. Please also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'm trying to get to 500 subs on YouTube. I'm hoping to get that done in the next week if possible. I will have a new video coming hopefully in the next few days. I'm just waiting on some information to come back. I have sent out a couple of emails that I'm waiting for answers on. So as soon as I have some information, I will provide that for you guys as well. So thank you very much. I'm affectionately calling this the Kino Bingo Hall. Aw, I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, we can definitely do more streams, more reactionary content if that is something you guys are enjoying. But I'm going to continue to do those deep dive videos as well. So thank you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. And I will see you all very soon. Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye.